A little bit, yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. Some announcements before we begin, but welcome back to Embers of Autumn, episode 7. Abrupt end last week, but it's been dealt with. Thank yuck. But some announcements before we begin. Color of Change is our charity of choice. You can donate straight through Tiltify in our chat and through all of our links that we post, the VODs, podcasts, everything. This over here in the chat. You can check it out. It's a really great charity to support. Patreon. We have Patreon as well. You can donate. You can join our Patreon for a $3 tier every month and get free adventures and encounters for your D&D campaigns. Next month, based on Van Ricten's Guide to Ravenloft, you can make your own domains. So next month's Patreon is going to be my own domain of dread, the Fleshmire.
Ooh.
Just everything is made of meat. The land's made of meat. The buildings are made of meat.
Gross.
The trees have hair growing out of them instead of leaves. It's going to be fun.
Gross.
So come check it out. Other announcements. Thank you to everybody who tuned in on Sunday for our Soldiers of the Lich Queen finale.
Yeah, surprise.
Surprise.
Figured out that morning that was going to be happening.
Yep.
And then, actually, figured out that morning that we were going to be ending it at all, and then figured out during the session the reason we took a break is because we were planning on doing another one that was just like, this seems like it's ending now. Are we just ending now? Okay, I guess we're ending now.
Yep. So
we just got through everything quicker.
Yeah,
it just happened faster than I anticipated.
Yeah.
It was like, okay.
So next week we're not doing anything on that time slot, but the 30th we are most likely doing like an epilogue or something else.
We got epilogue / fireside chat to talk about all the plot points we didn't get to.
Yes. And then also on the 30th of May, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right after that, we're premiering our Ravenloft campaign, Nightmares in the Dread Domains. So come watch that if you like to be spookied. And then more updates in the future regarding what's happening at the 5:15 time slot on Sundays. Thursdays, we're taking a hiatus from Remember the Frostmaiden. We have 5 weeks left of that hiatus. But we're currently running through the one-shot adventures of Candlekeep Mysteries, so come check that out. Because once that's done, we're finishing up the last session or two of Remember the Frostmaiden, because I want everybody there to finish that campaign off. And then we'll be diving in a month later into the next thing, because I need a break. So we'll be taking Thursdays off after Remember the Frostmaiden ends for a month or two, so I can just take a mental health break on Thursday nights. So, last we left off, you all hung out in Giant's Cradle, having completed a contract for the city regarding the wolves being led by a werewolf, and just sort of hung out, did some stuff, hung out at the tavern, did some stuff, hung out some more, got your rewards from the leader of the settlement. Quoin and Ven performed a funeral rite for the son of the Ogre Baron of Giant's Cradle, hence why the episode title from last week. And Quoin went to the blacksmith in town to inquire about upgrades and customization to his weapon, make a new weapon, and has been given a quest to go to the Geraldan Platinum mines in the Taragahar Mountains to get some platinum and get said weapon basically made for free for getting the platinum. And as the party was leaving town, they found the Myconid that Druck was looking for, that had been holed up inside of a log. And as they were pushing forward after saying goodbye to the Myconid, there was burrowing under the ground that they could feel and hear. And that's where we ended it, with everyone making stealth checks, please, to see if you can avoid making tremors.
Oh, that's right. I was going to make a joke about walking without rhythm when the call cut out.
Oh, there you go.
I did.
But yeah, stealth checks from everybody. I need everyone to succeed on this, or whoever fails is going to have a really bad meetup.
Okay, so mine is at disadvantage.
Yep.
I'm ready whenever you guys are.
All right, Ven, what'd you get?
16.
Okay. Kenna.
7.
Okay. Don't have my notebook with me, but noted. Okay. Dax.
That one.
Ooh, that counts for 2
Oh, there we go.
That counts for 2 failed saves. So, Druck.
Natural 20.
Quoin.
Ooh.
That's a 24, good buddy.
All right. This is going to be fun. As you guys are walking...
So the natural 20 is 2 successes,
I
right?
said everyone needed to... Yeah, so just bear with me here. This is different because this is Tremor Sense. Those of you who succeeded are walking along perfectly fine, and then out of nowhere... So 2 large, many-legged insects with long antennas burst forth from the ground with big... They just look big. Big insects. And... one bursts from underneath Dax, and one bursts from underneath Kenna, and they both make attacks on each of you. So, with advantage, Kenna, that is a 19 to hit, and Dax, that's a 19 to hit. Okay, so they burst forth from the ground, and these mandibles lock around each of you. Dax, you take 11 slashing damage,
Okay.
plus 3 acid damage, and are grappled in its mandibles. And for Kenna, you take 12 slashing damage and 6 acid damage. Initiative combat time.
You just took
Oh
8
dear.
damage?
There's the battle map. Which
Oh,
we'll
dear.
transition over to now.
Oh,
So-
good heavens! I'm right between both of them.
So Kenna is currently grappled.
I took you out of dice jail after 3 weeks,
And
and you
Dax-
give me a nat 1.
Is grappled, and when these things have you grappled, it looks like they have advantage. Oh, geez, I'm pulling up all my windows here on the battle map. Let's just make a separate window here.
Honestly, it's hard to integrate back into society when you've been in jail that long.
Ignore everything you see on stream right now, because you're looking at my Google Notes now.
Well, I don't have stream up right now.
There
so-
we go.
I took 12 and 6. Yeah, 12 plus 6 is 18.
So, I need everybody to roll initiative if you haven't done so yet.
Okay.
So, Ven, what'd you get for initiative?
13.
13. Dax.
10.
Kenna.
11.
Druck.
11.
7 or 11?
11. And it's, I believe he would go before Kenna.
Yep. Quoin.
20 even, please. Flirty 20.
Quoin, you're up first.
All right.
The
So-
one is picked up Kenna in its mandibles, and that's the closest one to you. It's holding her in the mandibles. The other one's holding Dax in its mandibles. And because these mandibles are so tight on the creature while they're grappled, these onkegs have advantage on creatures they have grappled. Fun fact.
So I have a question for you. Do I need to if there's enough damage done on a creature, the can that assist with someone getting freed?
No.
Oh, okay, great. Doesn't really change my play. I just wondered if that was a thing. For some reason, I had it in my mind that I could. Who knows? Okay, so then Quoin, remembering the last big battle we had, he remembered something that happened. That was put on, I believe, that was put on him, and that was Hunter's Mark.
Mm-hmm.
So he thinks about that and then concentrates and chooses the target that is on Kenna using a bonus action. As a Vengeance Paladin, I can use Hunter's Mark.
That's right, you can. All right, it is marked by Hunter's Mark from you.
Hunter's Mark, and then
So you do that, and there's like a little break in the clouds, and just a little bit of light shines down on it and makes like a little glowing, little radiant mark on its carapace.
Mm.
And also, when they burst from the ground, their undersides looked very fleshy, and you can get a sense, all of you, if these things are knocked prone, their AC gets reduced. Just looking at their fleshy underbellies, if these things are knocked prone, they're much easier to deal with.
That's freaking cool.
Anyways, so Hunter's Mark, anything else?
What kind of action does a Channel Divinity cause?
I believe Channel Divinity is a...
You should say in the channel
Doesn't
divinity itself.
all it says is you can choose a creature within 10 feet of you to gain advantage on an attack roll against it for 1 minute until it drops to 0 and falls unconscious.
I got it right here. I'm looking.
Yeah.
Give me 1 sec.
I was just curious because I wanted to make sure I was
Okay. Channel Divinity. Channel Divinity. Alrighty.
Is that the Abjure Enemy or the Vow of Enmity?
Vow of Enmity is what I have.
It says
Bonus action.
as a bonus action.
As a bonus action. Okay, it doesn't state that in on the thing. So thank you guys. It is in the bonus action section though.
Yep.
I hear that. Thank you guys. So I am going to attack. And since I have and it'll be at advantage because I have pack tactics on it because it's got
Right.
uh
Is Hunter's Mark a bonus action or an action?
Section.
believe
Hunter's Mark's a bonus action.
So yeah, your bonus action was to cast Hunter's Mark.
bonus action is to cast Hunter's Mark, and then I'm going to
Yep.
yeah, pack tactics.
Yep, with
Pack.
advantage.
All right. So that is, I believe. Give me 1 second. Oh boy, a lot of stuff. Thank you guys for your patience.
Told you. New characters, who dis?
Yeah, right. New characters. Who this? It does an 18 hit.
An 18 most assuredly hits.
Bonus. All right. So, so a Hunter's Mark.
There's an extra d6.
Extra D6. Perfect. Thank you. So,
And Hunter's Mark damage is magical, I believe. So
oh, sweet baby daddy.
It's necrotic, so yeah.
Oh, it's
yeah.
necrotic?
Yeah. Hunter's Mark is necrotic damage.
Really?
Yeah.
It's dark. Okay, so that is, I rolled a 4 on my D8 plus 6. It's 10 plus another 4 from Hunter's Mark. So that's 10 regular damage and 4 necrotic damage.
nice. All right. Hunter's Mark is just a d6 of damage, not necrotic
Oh.
or anything.
Oh,
I just looked it
I
up.
must be thinking of. Oh, I'm thinking of Hex. I'm
So
sorry.
how much
Yeah,
damage,
yeah, that's
so, how
Thanks,
much, so how
Justin.
much? How much damage? Sorry, Coin.
a total of 14 damage.
Ooh, nice. That one is on the cusp of being hurt. So that's action, bonus action.
Action, bonus action. I'm going.
So just I'll let everybody know, because they're too busy holding their pincers onto both Kenna and Dax, they can't make attacks for opportunity because onkegs can only attack the creatures they're grappling in their bite.
Good to know.
So anybody can move away without getting an attack of opportunity.
Oh, good.
They're basically too preoccupied with the creature they're trying to digest.
I mean,
So that means.
I'm just gonna get in closer
Sure.
to try.
You
Is there? a
need,
way
you
I-
need to be on a square though, but you can occupy the same space because you are a smaller creature. So yeah, I could say you're sharing its space. Yeah, you can get.
I'm trying to. If there is a possibility, I'm trying to wedge myself between them and the Ankh-egg.
You wouldn't be able to because they're grappling them in their mandibles.
Totally, you're 100% right. Movement wise and flavor wise,
Yeah,
I'd still
sure.
figure something if I can
Yep. Totally.
somehow sneak myself in. Thank you.
Totally. Anything else?
No, that's all. Thanks, everybody.
All right. The Ankh that's grappling Dax is going to attack with advantage for a 14 to hit.
Does not hit.
Cool beans. Ven.
Oh, good heavens. All right. First of all, are either of the two people who've been hit below half hit points?
I have 4 hit points left.
Okay.
God save Kenna.
Woo!
Let's get on some X Games mode. So, what's the 60 feet? Perfect. So I'm gonna go move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna move 30 feet that way.
Woo!
Sure.
I would like to. Wait, actually, let me double check the range on something really quickly. I may be moving to a different place, but I think is that 30. Oh,
Also.
30. So before I move,
Mhm.
I'm gonna use my channel divinity.
Sure.
And I'm going to heal. I'm going to heal Kenna. Where is it? 5 times your cleric level. 5 times my cleric level. We are now
3.
level 3. So 15 or up to your half hit points, whichever is lower.
My half is 20.
So 11.
Up to 11.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, heal you up to 11, and then I move 30 feet away over there, and then that was a channel divinity on a spell. So as a bonus action,
Yep.
I'm gonna leave a spiritual weapon right where I was standing.
What does your spiritual weapon look like?
Ven gets over here, and as he's moving, he turns back, pulling up the holy symbol of Armathan. Is going to holds it up almost as if he is holding the hilt of a weapon, and he says, "Blade of the Dawn Life, heed my call and protect your faithful." And as he says that, he gestures his hands forward, and a giant glowing greatsword appears in his space where he was standing, mimicking the movements of the holy symbol as he swings it around.
Excellent.
And he's going to attack. He's going to attack the one that has taken damage already.
Go for it. Also, fun fact: if you guys like battle maps, I have a premium subscription to Incarnate now, so I'll be making a bunch of sexy looking battle maps, and I can
nice.
sell those maps for money.
Nice.
This gives you commercial license. Anyways, yes, attack roll against the Onkeg.
That is a 9 to hit, though.
That misses. Off the
All right.
carapace. Carapace. Anything else?
Nope, that'll be it.
Druck.
Wait, did Dax go?
Dax is after you.
Oh. Did she start raging?
Nope, because she hasn't had a turn yet.
We had a surprise round. Or the Onkegs had a surprise round.
Yes,
and then...
Onkeg's had a surprise round. So yes, Druck, it's your turn. Dax has not had a turn yet.
Okay.
This is the first round of combat, so it's your turn.
Okay. Cool. All right. Sorry, I thought other.
Nope, your turn.
Right, I'm 11. I'm not early on in the. Great. Sorry.
Yep.
I am completely discombobulated. Let's see. I am going to. Shit. I don't know who to do this for.
Save Kenna.
Yeah.
I can teleport out on my turn.
Yeah.
I have a plan.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to. No better time to use these. I have one of them, or two of them. So I'm going to use one of them, a crossbow bolt of walloping.
Yep.
And I'm going to use steady aim
Okay.
for advantage on the one closest to me.
All right. Okay. It is occupying that 5 foot square though. That's in front of you, so you would have to move up back 5 feet.
It's over 5 feet away from me though.
It's occupying the 5 foot square in
Correct.
front of you though, because it's a large creature, so it's occupying that square that's directly in front of you.
Wait, is it occupying a 3x2? Because it looks like it's occupying 6 squares right
Okay.
now.
It's technically right here,
Oh, okay.
and this one is
Oh.
technically right here.
Cool.
Okay.
Gotcha,
Okay,
okay.
that changes things
Right on.
then. Sorry, I was confused.
Thank you.
I was confused. Okay.
Right here, yeah.
If that is the case, then I can't do what I was thinking I was going to do.
Cannot make an attack of opportunity because it is only attack Kenna.
Right, but then I can't make an attack at advantage.
Correct.
And right. Yeah, I'll do the only thing I can, which is because I can barely see this thing that when it's that close. So I'm gonna back up
Okay.
and yeah, just do a regular crossbow attack on it
With the walloping one or no?
with the walloping one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Make an attack roll.
24 to hit,
24 hits, so roll damage.
and I get sneak attack.
Yes. And he needs to make a strength save from the walloping crossbow. DC is 10. That's 14 plus 3, so it succeeds, so it doesn't get knocked prone.
Oh, what did it roll?
17.
Oh, goddamn. Okay, so that's a total of 15 damage.
All right. It
Piercing
is looking
damage.
pretty bad.
That's my turn.
All right, Kenna.
Okay. Thank God. Okay. was really scared that that second Ankeg was going to go before me. But I'm going to cough up a little blood because I
Okay.
was on half. And then I'm going to cast Misty Step.
Okay, so you would no longer be grappled. Where are you going? Misty Step sends you 30 feet away.
I'm going to go about 30 feet down the road in this direction.
Okay, so you're right about here.
Great. And then after I reevaluate where I'm currently standing, I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on the Ankeg that was previously grappling me.
Cool. All right.
I need a wisdom save.
Yeah, you do.
Or them, or her.
That is a 6 + 1 for a 7. So takes the big dice.
Got advantage. 2.
How much?
Oh.
How much damage? 2. Okay. Oof, brutal. All right. Anything else? That's action, bonus action. You still have movement.
Yeah, I do. But I do want to stay within 30 feet. I think make it a little more difficult to get to me. I'm gonna take cover in the trees.
Okay. Dax, you are currently grappled in this thing's mandibles.
Are the squares are 5 feet, correct?
Yep, and you're grappled, so you have no movement.
So I am okay. So if I'm grappled with I'm with the other ones within 15 feet of me.
Yeah.
Okay. So Dax is just kind of like there, and bonus action, she rages. But as she rages,
Yeah.
Quoin might be close enough to see this because he's seen Dax get a little angry before when they're fighting. Their eyes kind of flicker for a second, and you start to see the two creatures kind of wince, and I need both of them to make an intelligence saving throw.
All right. But usually you guys see and also there's a visual effect to this. You guys see a psionic kind of blast come out from Dax. Just poof. It's intelligence save.
Yep.
Okay. That's a 6 and an 18.
Oh.
The one who took 6
Yep.
is going
The one that's
to
in front of Quoin rolled the 6. The one that's grappling you rolled the 18.
The one that's in front of 6 is going to take
front of
4
6.
psychic damage.
Okay. 4 psychic damage and is stunned until the end of its next turn.
And I can... Juicy.
So attacks against that one have advantage now.
As an action, I can try to, like, yeet out, correct?
You can try to break free, yes. Your action would be to get out, since it's just, it's to break out of the grapple like this, it's an athletics check. Or acrobatics. Because you're not contested. It's not contested, so it's...
You'd have advantage, right? Because you're raging?
Yep. If it's athletics, you have advantage. If it's acrobatics, you don't. So pick one.
I do athletics.
Yeah. Oh yeah, breaking out of a grapple if it's not contested is athletics. So yeah. Yeah, you have advantage because you're raging.
I am going to attempt to get out of this.
Okay. Athletics check.
With advantage.
Mm-hmm.
With advantage, 16?
16. You're no longer grappled. You break out of its mandibles.
And for a second there, Quoin, you kind of see her braids almost float in the air for a second and then go down. If you would have blinked, you would have been like, that's weird.
Anything else?
I did my bonus action. I did that.
Yep.
You know, she's just looking at the one in front of her, just ready to
All right.
go.
The other one is stunned, so it doesn't do anything. And then the end of its turn, it's no longer stunned. If I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, it's no longer stunned.
Yeah.
At the end of its turn, basically it's, stunning strike, but for barbarians. All right. No longer stunned at the end of its turn. Bringing us to the top to Quoin. The one in front of you is looking real bad.
Then I'm going to use my bonus action to use Vow of Enmity on that one in front of me and say, may you find justice in the claws of Bahamut. And I'm going to run underneath it.
Okay.
Try striking as many times as I can underneath it, which is just one.
Yeah.
But rapier-wise,
Make
trying
an
to
attack roll.
make some Swiss cheese
Its
out of
AC is only lowered if it's prone.
Wonderful. So I'm gonna roll at advantage, which gives me a 23 to hit.
That hits for sure.
Oh yeah. So then it is 8 and then 8 plus. Okay, so that is 7 and then plus 4, 11.
Great. So you run underneath this onkeg and you just drag your weapon across its underbelly, and as you're running, it's showering you with its innards as it drops to the ground dead.
So just for movement sake, I'm probably more here since
Sure.
I moved underneath it.
Yep.
Just flavor wise and movement speed. I've got 20 more movement speed, I suppose. Use action, bonus action. I think I am gonna try and okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20. I could probably make it right here. Get right up into it.
Alrighty. Cool. That brings us to that onkeg who has not been hit yet.
Mhm.
So, this is no longer grappling a creature. It's going to rear back. And you can hear it gurgling in its throat as it sprays acid in a 30-foot long, 5-foot long line. I need... Yeah, it's right in the middle. So I need Dax and Quoin to make Dex saves. Dax, you should have advantage because of Barbarian.
And yeah, I was just about to say, bless. Chunk, small chunk. What do you give me, gods? Oh,
There we go. I'm rolling on the table.
Okay.
Okay, so I rolled a 16.
Okay.
15.
15. You both, instead of taking 11 acid damage, take 5.
Reduced to half
Nope, because
again?
you're not, because you don't resist acid. You only resist bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
God damn it.
So 5 acid damage to both of you.
That's valid.
resist everything.
And
Then you should play a totem barbarian.
and it recharges its acid spray,
Ooh.
bringing us to Ven.
All right. Bonus action. We're gonna take another swing with this greatsword. I'm not used to using weapons, especially spirit ones.
Go for it.
Try swinging again.
Yep.
This onkeg this time. That is gonna be a 23, my good sir.
That does indeed hit.
All right.
This big
It's
radiant
gonna be-
greatsword just.
Minimum damage though. Still getting used to it. 4 points of force damage,
All right.
and then that was just my bonus action.
Yep.
I'm gonna need it to make a dex save because I'm gonna cast also Sacred Flame.
12.
Just failed.
Nice.
4 more points of radiant damage.
Alrighty. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Druck.
So Druck is in full panic mode. He just saw like Kenna disappear from the clutches of this thing, and it's just like, and like he just saw Ven like summon a floating greatsword, and he's just like, wait, what's going on? Full panic mode.
The book magic
Sees
leveled up.
Dax's hair floating at some point. Yeah, he's freaking out.
Freaking out, man.
Yeah, he's gonna load another crossbow bolt and
Which one? Walloping?
the walloping one, the last walloping one.
Okay.
And fire it at this thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bonus action steady
And
aim.
Exactly,
Okay.
yes. Here we go. Here's hoping. Fingers crossed. 19 to hit.
19 hits, so strength save. 19.
All right. The walloping bolts are gone.
Well, they're magical ammunition, so you can just retrieve them after.
Okay. That is
16 total.
yes, 16 total damage.
All right, that one's looking hurt as a crossbow bolt slams into its like fleshy underside.
Yeah. I believe it's bludgeoning damage if it's walloping.
It's still piercing.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's my turn.
Kenna.
What's going on?
I'm gonna just real quick cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay.
So it's 4, 6. That's 6 more hit points for me.
Cool. You're one away from max.
I should be 5. And then I'm going
I need to mute Discord.
as an action. I'm gonna just do come out, step out a little bit. No, 60 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna cast Toll the Dead on
8.
That's a failure. I'm gonna do different default. So 1 point of necrotic damage.
That's with the Well, it's 1d12 right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Dex.
This thing's looking hurt.
Yeah.
I hope what I want to do works. Just a question.
Yep.
How heavy is this thing?
It's a large creature, so it's pretty heavy.
So, like,
You would not be able to throw it.
no. Do you think it would be like 500 pounds heavy?
I can't tell you.
Fuck yeah, we gonna do it anyhow. You just see Dax kind of looking towards this thing, and Quoin, you kind of see her almost twitch for a second, and yeah, you're just like, did her hair move again? And I need it to make a con save.
For what exactly, please?
She is casting Levitate on the creature.
Right. And because of the way your subclass is, you can cast concentration spells while raging. It weighs 800 pounds. I just looked it up on Forgotten Realms. So it, what's the minimum weight on Levitate?
It's up to 500 pounds.
So you cast it and it doesn't move up. It just stays where it is. And I rolled a 4 for the con save anyway, but yeah, it does not get levitated because Onkegs weigh 800 pounds.
Okay.
So that's your action.
Bonus action. Just gonna look towards Quoin and just try to get. Could I get in between Quoin and this thing?
You guys,
Or would it be too squishy?
You guys can share a space together because he's a small creature.
If Quoin lets me, I'd like to get in front of him just to protect him. If he doesn't.
I mean, you can move wherever you want. The eyes, Quoin will be like
Okay.
around all the time.
Just like steps in front of her kobold friend. Just
All right.
like shield.
Quoin, it's your turn.
So seeing that I interpret it incorrectly, I'm going to now. I'll roll whatever you need me to roll. Flavor wise,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to make an attack on this creature, but I would like to think that she was trying to platform me, cheerleader style.
Okay.
I'm gonna, if I can, I'll roll whatever you need, whatever acrobatics check or whatever thing. I'd like to think, oh, perfect. I will do that, and try and jump from her like battle thigh to her shoulder, and then like thigh, shoulder, jump off, and make a strike.
Sure, go for an acrobatics check.
Great. I will do that on the table. All right, acrobatics.
I am here for this.
Okay, we got an 11.
Yeah, 11 succeeds.
Okay. Then I am going to jump up and with the rapier do like a Superman strike.
Okay, go for it. Make an attack roll.
Right. All right.
And you get pack tactics because of Dax, so advantage.
Within 5 feet.
You can say that acrobatics stuff was part of your pack tactics flavor. There you go.
Yeah, perfect.
Nice.
As I'm running up, like taking a double, just the side glance at the hair, seeing if there's anything special about it. Like I'm just like,
Nope.
it's Pippi Longstocking. What the fuck? Just and then
Go for it.
so that was I rolled an 18 for
That
the
does
attack.
hit though.
All right. So then I'm gonna do rolling. Oh, I don't have Hunter's Mark on this one, so it's just
Correct.
the 8. Oh wait, so I hit.
Yeah, bonus action, you can actually move Hunter's Mark over to this thing.
Oh,
So you could, if you wanted bonus action, you could have Hunter's Mark on this thing now.
that's awesome. Thank you.
Because you haven't used your bonus action yet, so.
New character, who dis?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for helping me out with that. I appreciate it very much. Okay, so I am going to move Hunter's Mark over
Okay.
onto that guy. Bonus action, and I'm gonna.
Oh wait, did you make a con save for Hunter's Mark to see if you still had concentration on it? From the acid spray?
Oh no, I didn't. I will do that right now. I'll do that on the table. Let's see what happens.
You just need to roll 10 or higher.
I didn't make it. So
Okay, so no more Hunter's Mark. Okay.
thank you so much. I appreciate it. The DM giveth and taketh away.
Bummer.
No, it's all good. So that is 9 total. 3 rolled plus 6.
Oh, almost. It's looking real bad.
Flavor wise, can I stick there and just be hanging from it?
Yeah, totally.
Great.
Uh,
And I'm gonna swing it back and forth like a bell.
all right. It did recharge its acid spray, so it's gonna. I need dex saves from Dax and Quoin.
Just dangling right in front of it. You're like from its forehead. It just opens its mouth and just.
Yeah, so dex saves. Dax, what you get?
19.
6 acid damage. Quoin.
That is a 10.
12 acid damage.
I'll take it.
Just.
No.
Ow, ow, ow,
Narrative.
ow, 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 ow.
Narratively, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like a Nickelodeon slime cannon of pain.
And then. How intelligent is this thing? It's bestial, so it knows how to preserve itself. It's gonna burrow 10 feet under the ground, so Dax and Quoin can get attacks of opportunity on it. Actually, no, Quoin, you can't, because you said you were impaled in its face.
I have the rapier impaled.
You're right.
As a free action, could I use the big sword?
It's burrowing with you attached to it.
Great.
Oh, so it's not
Oh,
moving
so
out of
you
your
don't
reach.
get
You're
an
going
attack
Yeah,
with
no,
it.
because you're still
Yeah,
in it
yeah.
as it burrows 10 feet underground, but Dax does get an attack of opportunity.
All right.
Oh, Dax is taking this. Oh, fuck.
I don't think spiritual weapons can't, right?
Nope,
24 to hit.
that just hits. When it burrows, its AC goes up by 10. No.
I would be very sad. So that
And don't
is
forget to add your rage bonus to the damage.
6 plus 4 from the weapon itself.
How do you want to do this?
Oh my god!
So it goes head first in the ground, and you can see Quoin go. Whoa!
As Quoin goes up, Dax kind of like chimes it as he's moving on his rapier and just cleaves him and tries to separate wherever Quoin's hanging onto his body. And if Quoin starts to go up, she just kind of grabs him with that hand and then backhands it again with the great axe.
All right, both onkegs have been dealt with.
And like physics wise, if it's going up and then coming back down, I would be swinging down and then swinging up. So you would get under its face and then catch me as I'm going down. So I'm like, yeah.
And there we are. Onkegs have been dealt with. One is half buried in the ground, the other one is just kind of spilling out onto the road.
Explain, please.
Dax just makes sure
What just happened?
Coin
Is
on
everyone
the
all right?
And I comes limping out of the forest like Trevor Belmont after a fight.
Wait,
I haven't seen the new season. Don't spoil it.
wait.
Everybody be cool. Me too. I'm on my.
Kinda what happened. You
Um,
were in its jaws and you weren't.
There's a new trick I remember that someone showed me years ago. I just remembered it this other night. It really came in handy. Yeah.
Yeah, would you like some assistance with that? Would you like a little?
I still got some of these, and I'm just gonna pop the rest of the good berries.
All right.
All right.
Uh,
I had 5 left, I believe.
big
As
sword.
Ven is talking, he hasn't quite realized that he's still holding the holy symbol in his hand, and the sword is still up. So he's like gesturing with it, and this sword is just rotating in midair to match with his motions. And he realizes, oh, sorry, just dispels it.
So you can eat your remaining good berries and heal for each one.
Ben,
Yes.
that was you?
Yes.
What? How?
How do you mean how specific? I could summarize it with book magic if that would be helpful for you, but if you're looking for more detail, I could provide that as well.
I mean, sometimes you use books, sometimes you use jangly.
Well, yes. Some of my magic comes from the book, some of my and channeled through the wand, and then sometimes it comes from the holy symbol, and that's channeled through. It's sort of complicated. That
Holy
one was
symbol.
yes. This is the holy symbol of Armathnan, and and that one was one of these.
Not just jewelry.
Yes, correct. Actually, not even jeweled. It'd probably be like wood carved.
Well. Strange. But thank you.
Is everyone else okay? I can heal up a few of those cuts and bruises still.
Yes, I was going to see if Dax, how do you feel? Thank you for finding, thank you for liberating this beast's head from its jaw. Thank you. And I want to reach out and like pour some lay on hand points into you. What do you got? What are you looking at?
I'm at, on a scale of 1 to 34. I'm sitting at 9.
Great. Then I'm gonna throw. Let's trying to be ever the team player. Yeah,
I almost took a barbarian out. Damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you all 15 of my lay on hands points.
Nice.
And I'm sitting at 18 of 35. But yeah, you just go ahead and pour all those into Dax.
Come over and I'm gonna bop is Quoin still looking hurt?
Half. So
Okay.
18 out of 35.
All right, I'm gonna come over and pat just one in each hand to cure wounds onto Dax and Quoin. So
I like how
Dax.
everyone just fucking gets around and Miyagi's each other.
It's like a theater kid massage train, but with healing magic.
What's Struck trying to say?
Wait. So that's Bahamut. Yes, that makes that happen.
It is a belief that the Bahamut, gave he does not, it is through the life that Bahamut gave his tears to those who are faithful, and it's through that sort of healing water that I concentrate to give life to those who have taken damage in battle.
Did not see water.
No, it is metaphorical. So
Oh.
sometimes things can mean other things.
Oh yes, I know what metaphorical means. I just
yes.
wanted to make sure. So Bahamut,
And then he points to Ven.
or what's yours?
Armathnan.
Or Marcin,
And then he points to Kenna.
or you, or Kenna.
It's kind of just an innate ability that I've increased my control over through practice and training. Not really
Well-
sure where it comes from.
No deity.
Not that I'm aware of.
You seem kind of like. And then the finger just slides over to Dax.
Strange. You too. What happened? Saw floating with you. Odd. Deity. Look, magic.
Probably just the wind struck. We're outside.
I know how wind works.
Actually, Dax, make an insight check. Drock, make an Dax, make a deception check. Drock, make an insight check.
Doing that, I rolled my cure wounds. Dax gets 10 hit points back, and Quoin gets 5.
Okay.
Did you say I got 10?
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
rolled almost max.
I'm at full.
Alright, what'd you get for your deception?
Nat 20 for a 21.
And Drock for insight.
12.
Okay. Just the wind.
I think that Dax had mentioned that Quoin would definitely have noticed, but
Yeah, nobody else would have. Just Quoin.
relationship-wise, that's
Mhm.
something I keep under my hat.
Okay.
As Quoin believes that every person is allowed their own personal relationship with their deity. They are allowed to have a personal relationship. They do not need to speak of it to anyone else who asks.
Yeah,
Will remember
I mean, like, I'll say that, like, maybe Druck believes Dax thinks, or like, Druck thinks Dax believes it was the wind, but that was weird, right? Like, you mentioned specifically that it looked weird.
I did also forget
So-
to mention that the only people in the radius would have seen it, so only Quoin would have seen that happen.
Including was that including the psionic blast?
It's only detectable within a 15-foot radius. 15-foot
Oh,
area.
okay.
So anyone,
Oh,
only
okay.
Quoin would be the one that's really seen that happen.
All right. We're all living in the past.
I
All right, let's move
have-
forward then.
good genetics. Just gestures towards their huge ass biceps.
I mean, they are impressive.
Then has Armathnin. Quoin has Bahamut. Kenna has her soul inside of her. And I have good genetics. And so do you, Druck. From what I understand. Unless I am mistaken.
You are mistaken.
Send you a message on Discord, Brittany.
Should we start heading out?
Yeah, I think that maybe we have, done what we need to do with this sort of. Maybe we should try and push them off of the road, so their corpses are not, littering the path of those who are just trying to travel.
Don't waste meat. We'll get to work.
And Druck's gonna start trying to take them apart and see what might be useful.
Survival.
Okay. 14.
Avoiding the severe acid sacs that are littered throughout these things, you get 2 on-keg steaks, one from each.
Okay.
Because these things are littered with acid through their veins too, so it's really hard to harvest for meat.
Do those things count as a ration?
Yeah. So and they also wouldn't
Okay.
spoil if they're put in that magical sack y'all got last session.
All right, cool. Who's holding on to that?
I have no idea. That's actually a thing that we need to figure out. Who has the sack? Who has that potion of speed? Because that was loot I gave all y'all. And
Personally, I thought Druck had the bag.
I would probably like.
it does make sense for Druck to have the
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just
Is that something? Is that an item that I can look up, or
I'll
do I
add
have
it.
to
To,
add it?
I'll add it to your
Custom?
equipment. It's custom.
I took the pearl and the scroll, so I'm good on stuff.
Right. So
anyone else
there's
wants
just the potion of speed then. And Druck also has the walloping crossbow bolts from that.
I'd have no more of those.
Well, they're magical, so you could regather them during the.
Oh right, yeah.
Just
we'll
because
say
there's
I-
only 2 of them,
yeah,
so.
Sure, I'll look around for those. We'll say that the survival check also included that then.
I added the pack of preserving to your equipment, Druck.
Oh, cool. I'll refresh.
Dax want the potion of speed?
Once it ends, is it like haste where you're like
Potion of speed is basically the haste spell, but it
It lasts for.
but it doesn't give you the exhausted condition from the potion of speed.
Oh, it doesn't?
Let me double check.
Because last time you said it did.
Yeah, I'm just double checking.
Okay. But it doesn't require concentration, so even if it does,
Correct.
you still get a full minute of haste before you
Correct.
lose a turn.
I have less.
Yep, it's the haste spell, so you would get exhaustion after it, but it doesn't require concentration from the potion of speed.
Help with exhaustion levels.
And you're a little quiet, Kate.
Yeah, sorry. I can hear you.
Does lesser restoration help with exhaustion
Nope.
level?
That's
The,
great.
the spell is only you just like lose a turn is all it is.
Yeah.
You're not exhausted permanently. So like by the time you cast it, it would be over.
Yeah, but by the time the potion's effects wears off, you would have 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay.
And
Would you?
Yes, because that's what haste does.
No, haste just you lose a turn.
Why is everyone yelling
is
at
it?
me?
Oh, is it?
I just don't want to be the barbarian, a sitting duck in the water. That's just what I'm worried about.
yeah.
All right.
I forget
When it
if
ends,
it's
you can't move.
exhaustion
You
or
can't
lose
move
a
or
turn.
take reactions until after your next turn.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a feeling of lethargy
Yeah.
that sinks
Yeah.
in, not
Yeah, yeah.
exhaustion.
But yeah,
Got it,
so
wording,
but yeah, you can whoever drinks that, you don't have to concentrate on haste.
cool.
But once you drink the potion, it puts it on you. It casts it on you.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever wants that can take it.
It does last a minute. So Dax, do you want it?
Sure, let's haste the barbarian. What
Okay.
could go
You
wrong?
can add a potion of speed to your equipment.
I
Two
am
attacks.
speed.
did you get 2 attacks?
It gives you
Yeah.
an extra attack.
Yeah.
I mean,
An extra
haste
attack
gives
plus
you-
2 to AC, doubles your movement speed.
Yep.
Yeah.
There we go. Everything's sorted.
Haste is
That
real
would be-
good.
That would be nuts on Coin, who
Yeah.
has advantage. So 2 attacks with advantage if he's within range of wow.
Yes, you get your crossbow bolts
Monster.
back. You harvest these 2 on-kegs. You divvy out the items. In the day, this is basically the start of your first day on the road.
How long does this procedure take? I'm wondering for short rest purposes.
To do everything and harvesting the on-kegs to avoid like vital organs so no acid spills out, an hour. So
Yeah, okay,
anyone who's everybody can get a short rest, but Druck, who's busy harvesting the.
which is
Okay.
totally good.
So everybody can get a short rest except for Druck.
All right, so I'm gonna roll a hit die then.
But while that's being handled, do you all proceed on the road or what? I'm not gonna track another day of travel on the road, so
Okay.
I'm just gonna skip that again.
Yeah, I think just once we finish harvesting bug guts, get moving again.
Yeah, we're really getting some lobster meat out of these land crustaceans, huh?
Yep, 2 steaks about this big. Each weighs about 5 pounds. So if you put that into the pack of preserving, that's 10 of the 50 pounds used up.
Nice.
All right, cool. So, what's up?
The mountain range that we're going to is the Taragahar Mountains.
Yep. At least if you guys want to go there first, or you guys want to go to Nundial City, but you do have to pass through Belgrove.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you all can get the benefits of a long rest, because, again, we're just going to get right to it.
Great.
Since it is the night and we're all getting into eating and all that stuff, Druck would come back to Dax about a thing that they said.
Oh. So, not genetics. Not parentage, if that's what you mean.
Yes, I just, work out a lot. Hunting, you build your muscles.
Yes. But... So... Your parents were like you.
Oh, you hear her stifle a laugh. And she's just sitting there, kind of like thinking how to say it. My mother is more akin to Ven, in the sense of she follows our Mathman very closely and dear to her heart. And my father would be I feel closest to Quoin and how exuberant he is, so not like me.
So why you say genetics?
Well, they are both strong.
What do you mean? Are you being metaphorical?
Dax just puts her hand on Druck's shoulder and is just like, you'll have to come visit Trundleheim sometime and find out.
Alright.
And he just bites into the onkeg meat.
Alright. So, anyone else wanting to do anything before we get back to the next day? Anything quick? Cool. So, everyone gets the benefits of a long rest. Those of you keeping track, it is now Ferendin, the 5th of Bluden, for calendar and note-taking purposes. And not too long into the day, it's probably about 11 a.m., making your way down the road, you can just make out a smattering of ruined white stone buildings a few hundred feet away that seem to dominate the area, that have been repurposed into new structures while still maintaining a ruin-like aesthetic. Most of everyone here has passed through this settlement of Belgrove to get to the capital. The only one who probably hasn't is Ven, based on how you arrived. So yes, it dominates the area and that have been repurposed into new structures while still maintaining a ruin-like aesthetic, while a large portion of this town has been left in a ruined state, almost to showcase what this once was. The ruins belong to Old Anundial, a city that was destroyed during the Worldbreakers conflict, and the ruins have since been repurposed into the settlement of Belgrove, a town built amongst the roots of the Old Kingdom. Most of the buildings you see are collapsed, white stone buildings covered in cracks and damage with large chunks missing from the masonry. Scattered among these buildings are more intact buildings, scattered amongst the broken down buildings are more intact buildings, which you can easily tell were built from ruined pieces of the old city. Basically, imagine Goliath from Lord of the Rings, but smaller. In the center of town lies a massive ruined temple, where its central tower has collapsed and crushed most of the building. A massive broken statue of platinum juts out from the ruins and appears like a great platinum dragon, but the head and wings have long since gone missing. Built on the grounds of this temple appears to be another smaller yet more intact temple that has clearly been built using the remains of the larger temple. This smaller temple bears a statue also made of platinum and a mixture of gold, and is shaped into a bearded man wielding a large greatsword and swaddling an infant in cloth in his free hand. Then you would know who that is. Positioned all throughout town on various vantage points are Crownsguard in their very familiar platinum dragon-looking armor.
Bookkeeping thing. Did anybody else have the onkeg meat as rations?
I would have. I mean, if you offered
Nice.
it. I would've
Oh
eaten.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, yeah, each piece was 5 pounds, so I mean, that's
All
a
right.
lot of meat.
So that clears out the thing.
All right.
Oh my god, are you saying we?
Well, I mean, we counted as eating once a day, kind of. So it's like rations for the day.
And it took, after the on-cake fight, it took you a day to get here.
Yeah.
I don't know. We wouldn't have had to need to eat because we all had good berries at the top of the day.
Oh, right.
We can save it if we want to.
That's right. You wouldn't, you wouldn't have the need to eat because you'd be full. Yep.
Then.
We'll say it was for breakfast then.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Sure. But regardless, you are in Belgrove now. This Goliath ruined city, the once great temple of Bahamut, destroyed and abandoned and repurposed into, with the ruins and the pieces into a temple to Armathnin. Crownsguard on various vantage points just looking around. Not many villagers. It looks like this is mostly a settlement dedicated to Crownsguard. You don't see really any, if any, villagers.
Well, where are we going? Just passing through then? Does anybody need to do anything while we're here?
I need to go to that temple. I did not know there were temples. I need to. I must go. So I'm gonna, the Quoin's beelining for a. It looks worn from time, not desecrated.
Worn from time and destroyed. You get a sense it's probably not in use anymore because the statue of Bahamut out front that's missing its head and wings. You can get a sense the platinum was probably repurposed into the statue of Armathnin because this temple to Armathnin is now sitting on the grounds of this Bahamut temple.
So.
So desecrated.
Who else? So.
Sort of, yeah.
Just to be clear, they've taken the head and wings to make way for a new god.
That's what it kind of looks
I'm
like.
It's gonna
trying
get
to-
spicy!
I'm
If
just trying to.
that's what Quoin thinks, then sure.
I just want to. I mean, I'm trying to. As a player, I want to have a tempered reaction. As a character, I want to have an appropriate
I
reaction.
mean, there's Crownsguard all around. You could probably ask somebody.
Great, awesome, perfect. Then I would go up to the nearest person, nearest to the two temples.
Wearing their platinum dragon-looking armor. Oh, hello.
Hail and well met, and respect to you. Like, showing so much deference, like,
Okay.
kind of a little bit fan dragoning out to that armor. Just
Yeah,
ooh,
it's it's made of platinum with like a dragon-like helmet, and the cloaks and the tabards are blue, because Bahamut's colors are platinum and blue, silver and blue. So
I am 100% sure they don't have cut marks on the bridge of their nose.
they do not.
Just ooh.
So yeah, this human's looking down at you. What can I do for you?
What could you tell me about the statue and why it is missing its head and wings?
That's a big question, big answer. So originally, the Old Kingdom, I'm not sure if you're aware, but in the Old Kingdom, before everything happened, the World Breakers and everything happened, the main deity of this whole continent was Bahamut.
Yes, as it should be, as is bad.
And then, when the conflict with the World Breakers happened, the temple was destroyed and Bahamut disappeared. No one knew where he went, so his worship, he kind of fell out of favor among the people. Was believed to have abandoned his people.
But it's not. That is. I'm sorry to interrupt. That is
No.
absolutely false. There's no he does not abandon. He is biding his time for those who are faithful and
Oh,
patient.
I completely agree. He gestures to the armor. The crown and the queen are very much still tied into Bahamut. The queen
Yes,
still very much worships Bahamut.
I apologize. I was not trying to disrespect you, but I wanted to ensure that you had that the proper terminology was utilized. Sorry, you were saying.
100%. Us faithful to Bahamut believe he's going to return. That he went
Yeah.
away for some sort of purpose. But now, in this time period, Armathnin is the prime deity of the continent and of the world, in fact. It's the Temple of the Dawn, the Halls of Eternal Life in an Undil City as the main temple to Armathnin, and the biggest in the city as well. And they sort of have made sure that Armathnin is the central religion here. So it was by their orders that this abandoner god, essentially, was not coming back, was not worth worshipping, and they ordered that we build a temple to Armathnin instead here in Belgrove, using the ruins of Bahamut's temple, and they also ordered us to melt down parts of the statue to build, any gestures to the Armathnin statue. That one.
And you do this?
This was long before my time. This was about 400 years ago. This happened.
I'm sorry. That is like the throbbing vein in the side of his face, and like that tight fucking jaw muscle, just like every like. Oh, they were ordered to melt this down. They were ordered. Oh, they were just following orders, being unfaithful and impatient, just like that. Like, just like that. That cop jaw,
Yeah.
like fucking chewed gum for 6 hours, like throbbing jaw muscle, anger, just.
And
Oh,
the worst part is the halls of the eternal life in Anundil City. The head priest there, the head acolyte, has forbidden anyone from entering the temple's premises unless it's for the sole purpose of building and maintaining this temple. He gestures to the temple to Armathnin.
Also, so someone who is not part of, has no faith in Bahamut has decided to tell people who have faith in Bahamut what they can and cannot do inside a holy place of Bahamut.
That's the gist of it, yes.
That is utterly laughable, and I think that is how you that is Eichgeiger. That is no, thank you.
I agree. As you can, most of the Crown's Guard here, we generally refuse those orders from the Halls of Eternal Life because they're not our sovereign. We listen to the Queen.
How much platinum would it take to replace this holy relic?
So looking at the statue,
I apologize. You are not a contractor, and I do not mean.
But looking at the statue, because he's like, oh, I have no idea. But then looking at the statue, it's a pretty big statue, so probably hundreds, if not thousands, of pounds worth of platinum.
That is an extreme amount of platinum. I am on a mission to get 6 bars of platinum, and that is more than.
It's a lot, yes. One day, we'll restore it.
This has made me very sad.
I'm sorry.
No, this is how you say an extreme bummer. This is I am going into the temple today. I will pay whatever fine you need me to pay, but I'm first and foremost my debt is to Bahamut, and I will pay it gladly.
Don't worry about it. Like I said, we don't really enforce it here.
Ugh.
Like I said, our orders come from the Queen, not from the Church.
So the queen, who you said she also, I mean, the crown is different than the queen. I understand it is a royal we, but she is. Oh, this is.
The queen is also a follower of Bahamut, but the Halls of Eternal Life have a lot of influence around the continent, and
I want to vomit.
I completely understand.
I am angry. And then just.
If
just like you were saying.
Yeah, it's not great.
Okay, what about what time of day is it?
It's about 11 a.m.
About 11 a.m. I will be holding noon service in the Temple of Bahamut. You are welcome to attend.
Now, we don't know how things are going to change with the Halls of Eternal Life, as they're currently in the processes of promoting a new head acolyte. The previous head acolyte passed away a few days ago.
What? No, so the one who ordered that there be sort of a statue castration, that person has seen fit to meet face to face with judgment from their own sort of deity?
Not exactly. The old acolyte has been in their sickbed for a week.
Oof.
Or
okay,
so.
Well, I feel sort of bad.
And then the runner-up, you could say, has been making orders in lieu of this situation. And now, in a few days, the new head acolyte will be chosen.
And that's with this. So there's a new process. Not necessarily will it be this sort of puppet master runner-up.
I don't know much about this new acolyte they're talking about, named Barnier. But they are set up to be the new head acolyte.
And they were not the one you said who the puppet deity who had made sort of quest. This is 400 years ago, and I am solidly angry about this. I will hold services at noon. You are more than welcome to come, and I am used to light services. I will invite, if you could tell any of the guards if they would like to come. I will be holding services at high noon at the 12 o'clock.
I will let the captain of the guard know. He would probably like to be in attendance.
There's certainly no pressure. Your personal relationship with Bahamut is whatever sort of, you can have this sort of relationship. This is real, how you say, sort of kick in. It's a kick right in the the stomach.
Yes.
I did not. I know that Bahamut had lost some followers. I did not know that he was being demoralized around the world.
The Halls of Eternal Life have too much power, I think. But regardless, you may have your worship, your service. I'll make sure no one gives you any fines and whatnot. And also, he looks at everybody else. You all look a little rough from probably travel, I assume.
Were we there for the conversation?
Yeah, you guys were like.
I thought we were like. I thought Quoin went off on his own.
Yeah, none of us were really. All of us were just kind of off doing our own.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I didn't push anyone to come with
Never
me.
mind. He's talking to.
I was like, yeah, I would have had some questions out
Yeah,
loud.
exactly.
For
There was a lot of
conversation.
stuff that I would have brought
Never
up.
mind then. So the guard's like, well, I saw you kind of come over here from another group of people. You all looked a little weary. We do have an inn in town called the Platinum Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking for work, there's the Wayfarers Guild. We have one of the chapters of the Wayfarers Guild here in the city. You can pick up contracts from them to do various jobs, and if you do pick up a contract, you can take a contract to any city that has a chapter and get your payment there if you pick up a contract. As you can tell, we're more of a settlement of Crownsguard. It's mostly Crownsguard that live here, so there's not much in terms of supplies. We get most of our stuff imported from the capital, but we do have food, produce, and basic supplies at the general store if you're interested.
That would interest me and my group, and I just want to say, I am currently on a mission to get platinum from the, and I want to tell him the exact location. I wouldn't normally tell other people.
Okay.
I want to tell him the exact location where I'm going. There is apparently plenty of platinum, and I will secure as much as I can outside of what I have, and I by the lustrous beard of Bahamut, I will bring you back as much as my meager body can carry.
Are you headed to the Geraldine platinum mines in the mountains?
That is the one, yes.
Well, they generally impose a restriction on how much platinum can be taken out of the mines by tourists and visitors.
I will do my best to explain the pure-hearted nature of what I am aiming for.
You could certainly try. They just run a very tight ship there. They might not let any of that platinum. They might impose the restriction.
That's then another mission it is. I will do my best. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I think, Justin, you and I can maybe hash this out later. I don't want to spring it on you, but if there's some sort of may the light of the Platinum One shine on your path.
Same to you.
And then like a deep bow of respect.
Does the same.
And then I guess I head back to the group.
Okay. Quoin wanders back.
I think at some point Kenna wandered away to go just do like a personal walking tour around the old architecture, because growing up they heard stories of the old city and like, hey, this looks cool. It's kind of a walking tour.
Druck wouldn't have done anything except go to the nearest job board.
There is no job board. You do not find.
Oh, I thought you said that the wayfarers.
You have to go to the guild, not a job board. So we'll get to that in a second, because I'd prefer everyone to be present for that one.
Yeah, well then, obviously I'll just stand there.
I'm hanging out, waiting for Quoin to come back. I could clearly see the animated look, and like it's not hard to, just especially being familiar with things as I am, just seeing. Oh look, the statue of a dragon god that's made of platinum and missing head and wings. Oh look, a statue of Armathan made of platinum. Oh boy.
And I mean, if you've ever seen, this is baseball terms, if you've ever seen a skip get mad at an umpire, but not like direct, like that, like what? But like
hat backwards,
person, but like what? Just kind of like kicking a little bit of dirt. It's coming back, just like kind of hands in pockets, like trying to be cool, but like looking at everyone. Sorry to do this, man. Looking at everyone, but kind of pissed at Ven. Not it's all visceral emotion. So it's well, so apparently there's sort of some kind of, some sort of fucking Arschgeiger, and I'm going to at noon I am going to be holding some sort of service in the temple of Bahamut. You are all welcome to join. This I've lost words to say. Also, there's work to be had at the Wayfarers Guild, and mainly this is a settlement for soldiers. And just like there's seething anger. I'm kind of not waiting for anyone. Just pissed. Just a pissed off little dragon man. Just pissed. I'm as a player, I'm annoyed at myself because I haven't really talked to anyone. As a character, I'm moving forward. Just pissed.
Okay.
Just pissed.
Did any of you understand what he was saying? Why he was mad?
We should probably give him some time.
It might have something to do with the fact that the statue of his deity is missing a head, and there's a slightly newer statue of a different god very near it.
So is that bad?
Depends on the deities you worship, but in Quoin's case, yes.
But, so, is it the followers that it hurts, or the gods that it hurts? When the
doesn't
symbols are changed.
It doesn't necessarily hurt either, as far as I'm aware, but maybe this would help. Imagine if well, I suppose I don't know if putting this in terms of hunting trophies would be too patronizing.
I do not keep trophies.
All right.
Trophies are not useful. They weigh too much.
That amount of platinum is difficult to mine and represents a large amount of work and craftsmanship. In dedication to Bahamut, it's not just the material, but the difficulty of mining it and the difficulty of working it and putting it together in that large of a quantity, transporting it here. All of those things, every action taken in getting that much platinum here and working it into that shape, was done as think of it as a gift to Bahamut. And it's sort of like if
trust exercise,
sort of
like holding out arms and falling backwards.
Sort of, yes. Imagine it as if if you gave me a gift, and then something happened and you saw someone take the gift you had given me, and they took pieces of it and they used it to create a different gift and gave it to Dax.
Yes, that would be upsetting.
It represents the original statue was clearly a labor of love and faith and craftsmanship over weeks, if not months, if not years. And the second, newer one was done out of convenience and easily accessible materials.
I see. I would probably be more upset if I was Quoin.
It is very understandable that he is. See, I think many people mistake the value for the reason that the statue is and the material is worthwhile, but I think it's the beauty is part of it, but also just the work, the time, the effort that it took to place it there. So in taking it, it's almost it not only defiles the original, but in a way also cheapens the new one, in my mind.
Don't quite understand, but kind of do. We should. Oh yes, what? If
you made me a gift if going back to the gift example, if you made me a gift by hand and you spent time working on it, part of the gift would be the time you spent on it. Yes.
Yes. Work.
And if somebody took that gift and took it apart and took pieces that represented your work and then took advantage of your work to make a quicker gift for Dax.
Oh yes, I just again when it comes to deities, gods, have not seen them. They're not friends, right? Yes, you never see those friends.
That's a complicated relationship.
We should find him.
I also forgot to mention, since it is the 5th of the month, it is currently the Hardfell Festival. So, the Temple to Armathnan here is actually populated with a bunch of patrons that have come from all over to basically get married. And then Ven, you would know this as this day that, the various places of worship around the world significant increases in patrons and people visiting their sites. And the Temple to Bahamut, no one on the grounds, but the Armathnan one, there are people milling into the temple to get basically, married, most likely. So there's a lot of people here in town currently. So when I said that you didn't see any commoners, you do because of what day it is. So there's a bunch of people dressed in Armathan's colors. And Quoin, when you're storming off, you can kind of you do pass by a good number of them. And yeah, there's a priest corralling people into there's numerous priests corralling people into the Armathnan temple to start performing some wedding ceremonies.
Do I see them taking money?
You give me... Oh yeah. I mean, you also know... You assume, so you look... No check required, and yeah, they're taking like a decent amount of money from everyone who's getting married, basically. And it's like... It's not great how much they're taking.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually going to... I'm going to say... Quoin said the service was at noon, yes? I'll be there. I just have something I need to take care of first. And I'm gonna go sit near, but not like in the path to the temple, so I can see it. Just gonna hang out there and keep an eye out for anyone in need of healing or any other type of clericy services that is not wedding.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
Since it is this festival, people would be, all for a Mathnan. Jax is looking by the chance to see if her mom's here. She hasn't talked to her.
It's a really long way to travel, so probably not.
Yeah, she's just because they didn't hear back in the letter or anything, so they're a little just kind of huh, where are they?
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting all that. I'm so sorry.
There are 25 gold pieces worth of silver for each of those wedding ceremonies, just to even officially do it. So yeah, there's got to be a lot of gold being passed around for that. Sorry.
Oh, it's way more than that.
I'd like to try to at least keep tabs on Quoin. Make sure he doesn't get so riled up that he starts a fist fight.
Survival check to see if you can find Quoin's
Druck,
footprints.
Yeah, Druck is doing the same, so he would also be trying to do that as well.
Survival check, or Kenna gets advantage.
I will do my own.
Okay.
Sorry, Kenna.
No worries. Guidance on myself.
Yep.
It's 19.
19. You both can easily find coins. Druck got a 27. You both can easily find coins, kind of. Actually, Quoin, stealth check.
Sure.
To see how well you might have snuck away.
It would have if I imagine it would be I'll explain. I'll roll and explain.
Yep.
So stealth check. Oh, at disadvantage. I forgot I do that at disadvantage because I'm a jangly boy. Oh, that's still really good. 22.
So Kenna, you actually do not find Coin's prints, and only Druck does.
I get distracted by a rare bird.
I'm the win. I imagine it's just more pushing through the crowd.
Basically, yeah.
Assassin's Creed style, beelining for the temple that they are.
Okay. And then, when you're spying on these people going to the church, not really spying but watching, you can overhear for each wedding ceremony 500 gold. And no one bats an eye. They pay it and they walk in.
Yeah, these are I'm guessing the clothes, the wedding dresses, the everything, just immaculate, probably catering around.
Oh yeah. But 500 gold for a spell that costs 25 gold. Yeah. Yeah.
Kenna,
Yeah, what?
I see, well, Quoin's boots and small. See the, like a partial footprint right there, you see it?
I mean, there's so many other footprints around it. Kind of getting lost for me.
And he looks and you see him point out another one and he runs over to it.
I think.
Are we back up? We are. Sorry about that, everybody. Now I'm gonna have to edit 2 clips together. Fuck. So as you're walking to the temple, Quoin, you can see, because I forgot to mention, numerous patrons of our Mothman going into the temple to get paid, and you can see priests are keep an eye on to make sure everyone is coming into this temple. And with the stealth check you rolled, I'll say you can sneak into the temple of Bahamut without getting seen by these priests of our Mothman.
Okay.
And it's, yeah, you walk into the temple, and where the central tower of the temple has fallen in and crushed most of the interior, there's not much left of this temple. The altar looks like it's also been broken, and pieces of the altar have also been shifted and moved, and you can assume the altar was probably also repurposed.
I'm going Catholic school on you. Is there still a tabernacle or any sort of a place where like relics would be for display?
There is.
Would be behind.
Yeah, there is, and nothing in it. Like, they've been taken. You don't know if they've been stolen or if someone's probably didn't want them getting pilfered by the Church of Armathnin, and so they maybe they're just not there. There's nothing there.
So then it is just as I think some of you know, my subclass is Vengeance Paladin, so some of that is starting to come out.
Kill the priests.
As Quoin like is walking up, there is purple glow that is associated with the power that he gets from his faith, and it starts to shine through his eyes as he's just like, back feffen gesicht, and just like so mad, and just like starts going up to the thing, and just is absolutely, I think it draws the blade and just like takes a knee at the altar, stabs it into whatever between a stone, and just like starts to pray.
Okay.
And starts to remember everything he learned about patience and about diplomacy and using words over violence.
As you're kneeling at this altar, you do feel a presence in the temple other than just your own. And it just says, Quoin.
Then it's pull the sword out and get ready for fight. Like, what the fuck?
You look around, no one there. The truth must come out. And there's a brief flash in your mind as your eyes go completely purple. Just poof. And you see a massive religious temple, like bigger than any temple you've ever seen, maybe even, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Unneededly so, in terms of its size, like just grotesque in its size. And it's the Halls of Eternal Life in Anundial City. And there are just storm clouds coiling above it. And then this voice is again, the truth must come out. And then you feel the presence leave you, and you're back. You're just still at the altar.
Then it's after that shines through me, just like just back down to one knee, sword in, because the sword is almost as tall as I am, so I'm kind of hanging onto it above, just like falling back into a full crisscross applesauce, just sword moving to the lap, just slumped head, slumped shoulder, leaning over it, praying for more guidance and praying for just Bahamut, grant me the patience I saw. Grant me the strength and patience of Yadalin. And just
All right, Druck and Kenna. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're right.
All right, Druck and Kenna, you follow Quoin's tracks to the Temple of Bahamut, but there are the priests milling about the Temple of Ramathnan. If you two wish to sneak into the temple, I need both of you to make stealth checks.
Wait, so we get based on our approach, we can gather that priests from the Temple of
The Temple to Armathnan is built on the grounds of Bahamut's temple because they're using the land and the pieces of the temple to build their temple. So all these priests are gathered on technically Bahamut's temple grounds, but they're using the Temple to Armathnan. So if you wish to get into the temple where Quoin is, you do have to make stealth checks to sneak past the priests because they will not permit anybody inside, and they will find people if they get caught.
Okay, so we are aware that they are looking and would. Okay, so it's just pretty obvious that we're not supposed to be in there. Like there's like
Basically,
no trespassing type stuff
and
on there.
Yeah.
All right, but we see his feet go into there.
Yeah.
I guess while we're within range but outside of suspicious, we're not standing next to a fence or anything, looking inside yet. Before we get to that position, Druck would kind of.
Kenna,
Yeah.
Quoin's tracks go into the temple.
I kind of assumed once we were heading in this direction.
Yes. We should wait, yes?
I think I can get us in.
What do you mean?
There are a lot of priests, by the way.
I can make it easier for us to blend in with the area and probably sneak past.
But why? For what reason?
I mean, if we wanted to get inside, we don't have to do it now, because I'm assuming you want to give Quoin some more time alone, but...
I mean, unless he's in trouble, there's no reason to go in there, yeah? We know where he is.
Not yet.
He'll look around and see if there's anything to kind of busy himself while he waits for Quoin to leave.
Not really.
No? So he's just kind of... He's trying not to look conspicuous.
Deception
just
check.
waiting there. Oh, goddamn. Okay.
Because you're trying to deceive. So deception check.
Alright.
Add a D4.
Can I do the same?
Oh.
Because you're right by Druck.
Yeah.
Well. Oh. Okay. I like you now. 20. For
20?
me.
What'd Druck get?
19 minus 2.
Okay. No one seems to notice.
And that's where we'll be waiting
Alright.
for Quoin to come out.
Like start from west side.
Put down some cardboard and start like breakdancing.
Yeah, Kenna and I will probably just be talking about stuff in order to sell that. Well, we just happened to stop in this area and have a conversation.
Okay. Ven.
Today.
How close are we getting to noon?
It'd be noon at this point.
Okay. Does it look like any of the guards have been like? Does it look like word has gone throughout the guards that
The guards.
Quoin has a...
So the guards are shown up, and you can see the priests actually pushing the guards away, and the guards like, and then stepping away.
Okay. While they're still
Like you would know this too. The halls of eternal life have more power than people think. on the continent.
Mm-hmm.
So these priests are pushing the guards away, and the guards can't do anything about it.
Okay. I'm going to if I look inside the temple, can I spot a bottle of wine?
Like in the temple to Armathnin?
Yeah, or anywhere where no one, like unattended, like on a refreshment table or something.
You're not in the temple yet because he wouldn't have been permitted access.
Right. Are the doors open though?
They are not. They only open them when people pay the gold and then let them in.
Oh,
so basically,
okay,
you can only come into this temple right now if you pay the fee, and then you may enter.
It's wedding guests that also pay the fee.
When you're watching the wedding guests, they pay maybe 150 gold each to get in.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, it's very not good.
It's booty.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go. There was an inn, right?
Yes, called the Platinum Dragon.
Okay, I'm gonna hurry over to the inn.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hurry in. And I'm gonna buy a bottle of some kind of liquor.
Okay.
Whatever the first thing I see is basically.
They have brandy, rum, and cider.
Let's go with the brandy.
Okay. 3 silver for a glass. So 1 gold piece.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get that. And then, all right, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna undo the bottle. I'm gonna splash some onto myself.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start stumbling over towards the temple. I'm gonna look for a side door if I can find one.
Yeah, you can easily find one.
Okay. I checked the door. Is it locked?
It is.
Okay. Ooh. How quickly can I get in my priest robes? Actually.
I mean, pretty quickly.
Okay. Pull out the priest robes, put them on, then splash the brandy on. Then I'm gonna go try and make my way, stumble into the temple.
The guards, when they see you approach, they open the doors.
Okay.
Because
walk inside.
You have the same robes as they do.
Mm-hmm.
So they
walk inside.
Yep.
I'm gonna try and find my way into a somewhat crowded place, but a place within earshot of where the guard and priest confrontation is happening.
Okay. The guards. Okay. Yeah. They're currently, you see the captain of the guard in here, shoulder length, wavy orange hair, gray streaks receding, thick handlebar mustache, green eyes, visible crow's feet, and 4 headlines, and he's wearing platinum armor of the Crown's Guard without the helmet, and he's currently yelling at one of the priests here, like, "Oh, I'm just pissed." What they're doing, like, this is ridiculous. You don't need to charge as much money. Blah 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 blah.
Okay. And you said there was because it's outside to get to the Temple of Bahamut, right?
Yep, both are on the same grounds, so yeah.
Right. Is it like within earshot of like the ceremony? Like if there was a commotion around the weddings, would that pull the priests away?
Probably. This room is very packed though, so it's very hard to hear as well. There's just people talking and all on like their wedding in nice outfits and stuff like that.
What's the most breakable looking thing in the room?
Give me investigation or perception.
I'll go with investigation.
You may still have your brandy bottle.
I do have my brandy bottle. If I needed to, I stuck it under my stole. That's a dirty 20.
Probably the massive stained glass window at the back of the temple that depicts Armathnin.
Okay.
It's about 20. It's about 40 feet tall, 20 feet wide.
Okay. I never plugged in my computer. Does it look thin enough that a person could fall through it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna stumble my way to the back of the temple.
Okay, so it's kind of like if you've ever been to like a church. It's kind of like up on, you kind of like walk up these steps, and it's kind of like up on the back wall. You can easily just fall through it. Yeah.
Just sloshing brandy back and forth, knocking it back, and I'm just gonna trip and just go right through the stained glass window.
Make me a dex save to see if you can reduce the slashing damage from the glass.
Do I think it would be lethal?
No.
I'm just gonna
really hurt.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm just gonna fall through it.
He's aiming to sell it.
Yeah. You take 8 slashing damage from the glass. And then it starts to spider crack. And then
I just fall outside.
And then you fall outside.
And just glass on top of me.
Yeah. And everything stops. You people screaming, "No, the window!" And then a priest is like running up to the window and looking outside, looks down at your robes and is like, "What's your name?"
I hiccup and was like, "Hey, what was your name?"
Deception check with advantage because you splashed yourself with the brandy.
Okay.
To see if you can, like, fake being drunk.
That's another dirty 20.
All right. That's a 5 for an insight check. Ooh. I'm Priest Osman.
Nice to meet you, Priest Osman.
What's your name?
My name, my name. I have a name. And it's a boy's name, too.
Well, you're going to have to pay for that window.
I have to pay for... Well, hang on. That guy's the one that got me all liquored. I just point, like, vaguely into the back of the room.
You point, and it's like a guy who's just hanging out, having a good time. And he looks like he's here to get married. And they go, "Oh, is that so?"
That guy got me all liquored up first.
Well, you two
I'm gonna get up.
You two will split the fine then.
A second. Can I get up and start climbing inside?
Yes.
Are there candles near tapestries anywhere?
There were right here, yeah. Some of them have kind of fallen over when you broke.
Are they still?
Yeah.
Are they still like? Is there still a flame?
And the priest who's talking to you is currently turned and looking at the groom and giving him a dirty look.
I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna sneeze, and with control flame only has somatic components, so I'm gonna do the somatic component. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna flare up the fire from a candle and light one of the tapestries on fire.
It just goes up in flames, just. And the priest is like, "What'd you do now?"
I didn't do anything. What do you mean? It's just a candle.
And then it spreads.
I'm just gonna start patting at it.
Spreads up the wall because these are like 80-foot long tapestries. So it starts to spread up the wall, and then it lights the other tapestry on fire, and then it starts spreading to the roof beams.
Oh no! Oh, I'm just gonna like start. I'm like waving my hands at it. I'm gonna use control flame. It has a range of 60 feet. If it starts trying to catch something like significant, I'm just gonna snuff sections of it.
So where it's starting to hit the wood beams, that's 80 feet out.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Ooh. Wow.
The priest just screams, "Everyone evacuate! Everyone evacuate!"
Oh crap! Oh, out, everybody!
And Druck and Dax, or Druck and Kenna, you see all of the doors, the side doors and the front doors of the Temple to Marcin burst open as people start like running out of the building, and you can see smoke billowing out of this massive shattered glass window in the back.
What's the name of the holiday?
Heartfelt Festival. Heartfelt Festival.
Oh, what is this heartfelt miracle? What's happening?
No idea. Did you see? I know Ven was over there earlier. I think he wouldn't do this.
Do what?
He wouldn't have caused that.
At this point, you can see like two priests running into the temple, and Ven, you can see them like, and then they like, sort of like throwing wind up at the flames to try to put it out, but it only makes the flames a little bigger and spread.
Do the ones that leave, are those the ones that were watching the Bahamut temple?
Let me roll for it. Sure. And the flames are only starting to spread, and you can hear as one of the wood beams kind of starts to like.
Yeah. So Druck, at least Druck is gonna like kind of nudge Kenna, point to the priest that left their post, and then kind of then heading into the Temple of Bahamut to.
And you can hear priests yelling, "Everyone off the grounds! The temple's on fire!"
I'm going to try to convince the guards to come in and like act.
There's no guards nearby. They all ran to the temple to help with the evacuation.
Oh, I don't want to get that big.
Like, just helping the panicking people. It's not that bad. Yeah.
The fact these tapestries must be like covered in oil or something, because it was like
they were blessed with holy oil.
Oh well, that would do it. Ooh. Okay, is there a second floor in here I can get up onto?
Yes. So you like run up and you see that the fire still spreading up here a little bit. It's like, and the priest are like panicking, using like gust spells and. His computer probably just died.
Yeah.
I don't think Armathnan was too happy that he burnt down the fucking temple.
He got DC'd for that one.
I don't want to do anything too drastic. Burns down the temple. I love D&D.
But while we wait for that, I think, yeah, computer restarted. While we wait for that, Quoin, because you haven't done anything. Oh, Dax, yeah, what are you doing actually? Because you haven't done anything in a hot minute.
So Dax would have known that.
And you can probably hear this is a very small town as well, so you can hear the commotion going on in the temple district.
Dax would have been like, okay, Quoin wants to have his little ceremony. She would have wanted to watch out to make sure nobody was going by the temple.
Okay.
For sure. Just almost keep guard on them. But then all of a sudden, she's realizing this commotion.
Yeah, people are fleeing the Temple of Armathnan. You can see smoke billowing out of the glass window.
They see that fucking Fen just yeeted through a window. And all this, and they're just internally, they're just kind of good on them. But they're just oh, this is gonna be bad.
You know what, actually? We're gonna take a break right there. So, back here in 5 minutes. everybody. We're back from our break. Ven's burning down a church. Let's get there.
Okay. So I get to the second floor.
Yep.
Okay. Is the top bit now within reach for me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna start. Like, is it one of those second floors, like a balcony type deal, where I can stay out of sight from the people casting gust of wind? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna back up, do that, and I'm gonna start. Using control flames to snuff out the fires.
Okay. You can. It takes about 10 minutes, but you get it done.
Oh Lord. Okay.
And then you can hear commotion downstairs. You hear the head priest that was chastising you earlier. Tiefling. Greenskin. Find it.
I'm gonna real quick prestidigitation the alcohol off of my robes.
Okay.
And would I be able to like just pull those up? Like, with how quick I put those on? Those are probably over my clothes, right?
Yep.
Pull them off, stick them in a sack.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull the hood up on the cloak.
Okay.
And is there like a staircase that just goes like right to a side exit just out of the building?
Yep.
Okay. And is there like one just like on the opposite side of the building from where people are re-entering?
Yep.
Down the stairs, out, just into the woods.
Okay, you leave the settlement, you go hide in the woods.
Yep.
All right.
Could Dax have seen them? Like,
based on all the commotion, give me a perception check, because it's a lot of shit going on right now.
Nat 20 for a 23.
Ben, stealth check.
I'm not going to beat a 23, but I literally cannot. But 18 though.
You just catch a glimpse of Ven leaving the city or town.
Just hood up.
How far away is he, you think?
Oh, very far from you. Like, you're not going to catch up.
No, what do you think is he like 100 feet from me?
Oh, he's
100?
more than that.
Okay.
And now he's in the
gonna
woods.
Beeline it into the woods.
They're just, they're kind of like with the people trying to see if they need any help or anything.
The priests are, in the moment, escorting anyone off the ground who is not, one, a guest of the church, or one, not a priest of the temple.
Okay. And then, if they're being escorted away, they're looking towards where they saw Ben go, and just making sure no one's following them that way.
No one saw him, so no one is going that way.
Yeah, just like...
Quoin, you can hear this commotion going on inside your temple.
Druck and
we're walking it.
yeah.
You guys
just
walk in and see
in.
Quoin silently praying at an altar.
So Quoin puts on his own vestments, gets out the censer, pulls out his pages of Bahamut, sort of a copied book with some pages like adhered into it, like a handwritten journal that has some actual pages and some notes that he's put together. So it's kind of a bit of a patchwork sort of testament. So he's got that out and starts to just give a service on.
If he starts to do it, Druck would be like,
sorry, Quoin, but I hope you have your wedding services memorized. Seems as though the other temple has had a mishap.
What? No, this I don't understand. I'm doing just a regular service. It is not. It is to honor Bahamut, to give the service of the sermon I have decided to give was on an appropriate response to disrespect, and that is Bahamut. Would always say that you're supposed to, respond with, understanding and listening and balance, and not, trying to stifle the rage that has built up inside of you, like the hot magma that is at the center of the core of the earth, that is, bubbling up, that wants to spray out of your nostrils and cover your foe in lava that would melt their skin and make them. But as is diverse, this means nothing to me. How they want to do their sort of thing. It is patience and understanding, through the eyes of Bahamut, that we earn our way into the grand palace on the mountain.
There are a lot of people trying to get married, and the only temple is burning down. Just thought I'd let you know.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I think Ben tried to do you a favor.
What? Why would what?
You have no evidence whatsoever.
No one
to
can
back
back
up
we
that
don't know.
allegation.
We don't know
evidence
any of
Ben
that.
did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you? You said there is burning. Do we need to go? We should go help everyone who's is burning. Are people? Do they need to? It's like kind of a half sort of jump away from the ritual to go help innocent people. Then okay, shit, this sucks. But
I
I
don't
should
think
leave those on.
if we wanted to.
no, then that's. I mean, I had no clue. Thought that's what wedding sounded like was. Because in theory, I think I know there are wedding rites. I don't think Quoin has ever performed a wedding.
Bahamut, you wouldn't perform weddings as a worshiper of Bahamut. That'd be Armathnan, and that Bahamut wouldn't have anything to do with that.
I think there's probably some sort of in the eyes of Bahamut, if these two want to, bang and make it legit,
Who cares?
here you go.
Yeah.
Right on top. Thumbs up. But I don't think there's probably.
And you're smart enough to know that people who are here seeking worship from Armathnan and specifically using Armathnan temple would not want your services, because that would be seen as a slight against their god.
Oh, but I'm not trying to change anyone's mind about who they want to, sort of how they want to share their souls with each other, and so this is a whole.
So you can only have one.
What?
You can only worship one.
I mean,
I've never thought about sort of a multi, in the grand pantheon of the whole spectrum of worship. I think that there are many ways to do it. I think obviously there's one one sort of thing. If you don't mind, Druck, I am going to.
We can table this and help everyone.
Well, I'd like to actually, if everyone they need to, are the people still sort of, do people need help, or can I continue this?
It didn't seem like anyone was in danger, but they were running around like a bunch of ants.
is there a window that I could look out of?
Yeah, all the people who are in the church are being escorted away, and the temple is only occupied by priests right now.
Oh, looks like they're clearing the area pretty effectively, and it even looks like it's boulders now.
Then maybe we should, after the service that I'm going to continue now, we will, be sure to salute the efficiency and the the crowd control abilities. Oh, God, am I worshiping cops? I hate myself. The efficiency of the Queen's Guard, who have helped control the situation.
I'll tell them you're holding service. How long does it last?
No, they. I told the one soldier if they have not made it, it's about probably like 12:15, 12:20.
I could tell them that it was delayed.
You can do whatever you want. I am going to just continue the service. because it's for me. I will go ahead and let you know. I just want to.
Druck takes a hint. Heel turns. He's out.
Okay.
Kenna's gonna stay inside, but they're hesitant to pass like the first few pews.
Okay.
Stick around.
This is not the first time Quoin has performed service for one or fewer attendees, parishioners. That's Catholic.
Any church.
Well, it's specifically parish. I think is. We'll talk later. So the service goes off. There's a reading from the book of the scripture of Bahamut, citing specifically the power of forgiveness and the never-ending quest for both internal and external balance with one and the community that you share, not just balance as far as internally, but like letting that starting internally, but letting it branch out to your entire community. It's a little dry, I imagine, for Kenna. I mean, I don't want to speak for how Kenna is doing, but like,
They definitely find some points. They're like, oh, that's an interesting way to think about this. I never thought about it that way. It's like, I could apply that.
Yeah, it's more. There's a lot of convincing of himself that this is the way to go,
Yeah.
and you do see about we're referencing a community. And like trying to find balance in a community, those purple eyes like flash a little bit more of like going against the nature of Eddie seeking vengeance, as it is it's seeking seeking revenge against those who have come to slight you is certainly not as productive for building balance in a community. In the lifelong quest and marathon that is every day of life, it's towards the summit of Bahamut's resting place in Celestia. It is always important to remember one day at a time.
At the end of the sermon, I start clapping.
We do not.
Quoin, as you finish up this service, you look around and you can see the Crown's Guard you talked to. He's in here, and about 6 more are.
Do I also get them to start clapping?
They don't clap.
Then I guess I'm gonna put my shit away, or like quickly put it away so I can go do that thing that reverends and priests do, like glad handing.
Mm-hmm.
Like go and just make sure I make contact with as many I mean, we can make it's fantasy, we can make it up.
Yeah, totally.
Handshake, arm grab, like sort of like that reassuring like handshake, arm grab.
Yeah.
With every glad hand, as many.
Almost ceremonial.
Yeah, like kind of just like, the eyes of Bahamut see you, and the eyes of Bahamut see you as well.
The Crown's Guard that you talked to earlier, he goes, there was something happened in the temple to our Mathnon, so we said we snuck away from the priest, said we had to check this building out to see if there were any vandals hiding out. That was a good service. My boss would actually like to thank you for the service as well.
Sorry, go ahead.
And you see the captain of the guard approach with his shoulder-length, wavy orange hair, gray streaks, You didn't see it, but he was yelling at some of the priests in the temple before Ven got his shenanigans. And this man looks like he's in his mid-50s, and he goes, "It's been a while since I've heard a service of the Platinum Dragon, so thank you."
I am simply I am but a speck on the talon of the Justice Bringer. It is my honor to speak the words and live as best I can in honor of Bahamut. And like deep bow of respect and thank you, like deference. And
It's been a long time since any of us have had a service. The Halls of the Dawn Life usually handle it with their deity, and none of us really follow our Mathin. We follow Bahamut. It's definitely been a morale booster, so thank you.
I thank you for letting. I apologize. I know I don't want this service to disadvantage the guard in any way. If you need to say if I need to any sort of renegade, those kids who snuck in to smoke weed by the back, whatever, you can say, please, let us not. I never want to have you feel like you have to.
Don't worry
make
about it.
Okay, thank you.
Fuck those people. Not many people.
Fully loves that. It's just kind of like trying to be cool.
And he quickly does a prayer. Not many people are too fond of the priests from the capital. But they said that they did see. We were talking to the head acolyte. He did say he saw someone running around a little suspiciously drunk and stuff. And if you ever see a green tiefling, don't bother sending him my way. I don't fucking care. To be honest, it's probably a good thing that it happened.
I will let him know. We are going to. I wanted to, plant a sort of, if I may. I think the term is plant a bug in your ear about this. We are going to. If I were to remember the name of a specific plateau where we are going to.
The Taragahar Mountains.
Yes, we are going to the
Harar.
Harar.
Yep.
This is a very cool name.
Yes, it's very cool.
Harar.
Yep. Toragharar.
That is a dope ass name. God damn.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we are going to the Taragahar mountains, and we are going to get platinum. And I, as a representative of Bahamut, I will do what I can to negotiate a sort of trade or some sort of. I want to find a way to reinstate, if nothing else, the statue of Bahamut, because it feels incredibly disrespectful to take the head and the wings of the Platinum One. But I will, as he preaches the diplomacy and the balance, and I will do my best to turn the other cheek and find another way, other than.
Unfortunately, I don't think the mines would have enough platinum to repair the statue.
And then I just, as I can, I try and clap for an arm thing, and
he does.
We will find a way to let the platinum shine in the sun.
I think the only way to do that would be to make sure the Halls of Eternal Life don't have as much power as they do.
Then I look him in the eye and I repeat what I heard in my head. The truth must come out.
Okay. You guess he doesn't know what that means.
No, I absolutely know he doesn't know what that means, but it's like, I'm trying to just plant seeds now.
All right, he nods. Okay. Well, It was nice to meet you,
I am Quoin Harting,
Tristan Belgrave,
Tristan Belgrave.
Captain of the Guard in Belgrove, Mr. Belgrave.
Oh, that is cool. Right, another thing that I'm like, oh, all right, Tristan Belgrave. Okay. Well, thank you, and Bahamut guide your paths.
May his wings guide yours as well.
Also, did you meet Kenna? And also, have you seen a tall, hairy fellow? He said he was going to find the guard to let them know the service was happening.
No.
I will have to find him. This a tall fellow who is like very kind and helps, other people make sure that they eat.
Right. Nope. I was a little too busy with the fire.
Yes. Is there anyone else? Did everyone get out okay?
It wasn't a major fire. The priests overreacted as they usually do.
Yeah, it's sort of a,
It was just 2 tapestries and a little bit of the wood beams on the roof. That's about it.
Okay, I thought there was some sort of, maybe they were playing the shout music, like everybody dance now, like sort of.
They were just being dramatic.
Oh, yes, that's just the sort of thing,
But the priests really want us to find that tiefling, but I don't think we're gonna worry about it too much.
Okay, that is okay. All right. Well then, Bahamut, guide your paths. I will find the rest of my party, and if I happen to run into any sort of green tiefling, I will do my best to
not send him my way.
Not send him your way. And then
Correct.
there's
Yeah, he gives a little nod, kind of smiles a bit. Yeah, I don't fucking care.
Right.
I mean, I should, because there's, the common folk in there, but it wasn't dangerous. No one was in risk of getting hurt, so.
Well then, Bahamut, guide your way.
You as well. And he looks out the door to make sure the coast is clear, and then motions for you to leave. So he's like, yeah, you can leave. The priests aren't in the area right now.
All right. Then, I want to hopefully talk to Kenna and thank you for. I hope that wasn't too dry for you for the service. But,
I mean, honestly, I don't really have a frame of reference. That's kind of the first religious service I've kind of been to, for Bahamut at least. I mean, we had druidic ceremonies in Vitmir, but that was the first, actual pantheonic service I've been to, I guess.
Oh, I myself was not a follower of Bahamut until in the great span of my life. It's more recent than not, so it is new for everyone. So yeah, I only hope that your first experience is as enjoyable as my first experience is, is hopefully.
I did give you a round of applause, and I hardly do that for anyone.
Oh, but then you honor me. Let us find the rest of our crew, our party.
Were the guards saying that Ven caused that? Is that?
I think that's what they were saying. That he did some sort of, he set fire to something.
He wouldn't do that. Isn't he a priest in that church or something?
He's so buttoned up. We must. We should find him and.
Another green tiefling in the area. It has.
All right. Well, let us find everyone and maybe go to the Wayfarers Guild and see what they're cooking up.
Ven, what are you up to?
Missed the mute button. So Ven ran into the woods, found the tallest tree he could find, cast Spider Climb on himself, which is the first time he's casting this new spell, and then just went whoop up very high up into the tree, like obscured by the branches, so you can't see him from underneath, and is just sitting up there, like wedged himself up a place, like found two branches, like outward in a V that he could like kind of hammock between, and is just sitting there looking at his holy symbol, just like, all right, now if that was bad, strike me with lightning now, because I think it was a good thing based on your teachings.
Nothing happens.
I'm imagining.
I knew it.
I'm imagining like you learning the spider climb first. That that scene from the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, where it's like, oh.
But then,
mm-hmm.
a ray of sunlight pierces through the canopy of this tree and directly at where you're holding your amulet.
That's not a bolt of lightning.
Then you hear in your head,
that's new.
the truth must come out.
Care to elaborate?
No response.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Druck, what are you doing?
After what he felt like was Quoin telling him to GTFO, he was just like, all right, you do your thing. And he went to the nearest pub.
The Platinum Dragon, the only one in town.
Yep. And he got himself an ale.
All right, they don't have ale.
He's just sipping on it.
Brandy,
Oh, okay.
cider, or rum.
Gross. For Druck, that is. All of that sounds delicious to me.
Yeah.
But Druck is just like too sweet.
I had a cider the other day that was made with lavender and blueberries, and it was so good.
Yeah. Yeah, Druck just thinks that's too sweet for his palate. So I guess instead he'll just take it as a moment to just kind of diffuse.
Okay.
And maybe eat some more of his rations.
The innkeeper kind of looks at you with like a, what the fuck are you doing? Eating outside food in here?
Brought outside food in.
Hey, you brought in your own bag of chips.
Yeah, that's who Druck is.
Small things can tell you a lot about a character's personality.
And he kind of just lazily is eating like. And if you said that the innkeeper looked at him, he's just looking back at him like, what?
That's rude. You shouldn't bring outside food into an establishment.
Why?
Because it's rude, because we provide food here. If you're not going to order anything, you have to go outside.
Alright. It's not raining, right? So...
Oh, I didn't roll weather for today. It's a light drizzle. So it's not raining, it's just a drizzle.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, he goes out there and just eats outside that with and just is passively looking at everything.
Okay. You can see like the commotion from the temple is kind of dying. This is a very small settlement, so you can see the temple from here, and the commotion that's happening has died down at this point.
Yeah. You could say Druck has been overwhelmed with the events of the day, and he's just trying to find a moment of peace.
All right.
Because he's used to being kind of alone. So having like a bunch of people and a whole lot of stimulation it's got his nerves frayed.
All right.
So he's just trying to be peeled off and like back into his comfort zone.
Okay. And where you're sitting, you also see another building. It's less ruin-like than most. And you can see lots of well-armored individuals that don't look like the Crown's Guard. They look like mercenaries and outsiders. They're kind of walking in and out, walking in, and coming out a few minutes later holding like this big wrapped-up scroll, pocketing it, and on their way. And it's multiple different people doing that in and out of the building.
Okay.
And then
He puts two and two
some
together.
people exit with like big sacks of coin, and then
Yeah. He puts 2 and 2 together.
all right, what's Dax up to?
Dax would have seen Ben go off. They would have let, like, the priest, like, they would have gone with the crowd just to be like, okay. And then they would have tried to circle back into the woods to go see if they could find Ben.
Perception check.
Ew. 14.
I'd
They
say,
would've
I'd say
been-
based on how high up Ben is, and you're probably looking on the ground, because you don't find him.
Ben.
But then you can hear Dax calling out to you.
Are you followed?
Like 60 feet up somewhere.
No. Dax was like kind of looking around her.
Are you sure?
It looks like someone followed you for a little bit and then left. Like lost interest.
They're gone now. Which,
All right, I'm staying. I'm
which
staying up
tree
here.
are you in?
Big,
I don't know
tall-
how to describe
There's
it
a
to you.
big tall
Can
oak
you-
tree.
Yeah, the big one.
And because it's autumn, the leaves aren't green, so Ven, you kind of look up, and since the leaves aren't green, they're all autumn colors, Ven does stick out a little bit.
Even in my red cloak,
Oh, right. Nope, the red cloak would help you blend in.
I'm like wrapped up in it with the hood
Yeah,
up.
That's right.
Camouflage.
All right, I'll be there in a moment.
All right.
And-
Okay.
That you just see Dax just kind of has her arms clasped behind her back and just kind of looking up towards you, and you see her start to levitate up towards you slowly.
How many times can you do that per day?
4.
Okay.
And he had a long rest.
Yep. You keep levitating, and you don't stop levitating. You keep going up, and up, and up, and up, and up.
As soon as she gets to like eye level with him,
Okay.
she's gonna kind of
Okay.
go and sit next to him.
Okay, so the way to levitate works is you can only move by pulling yourself along, or you just keep going straight up.
If you're the target, you can move up or down as part of your move.
Right, but you can't move to the side.
Okay,
Yeah, but
then
there's tree branches.
she'll,
within-
like-
yeah.
she would like grab it and then just kind of like scoot her booty on the tree.
Okay, do you
If it looks like it's gonna hold her weight.
Yeah, how much do you weigh?
250 pounds.
How much does Ven weigh?
240 pounds.
Probably not.
Okay, then they're just gonna
Just
keep levitating. They're kind of levitating above the branch, just like mimicking, like sitting.
Okay.
You can fly?
No, levitate.
Right. Silly me.
There's a difference. You should know semantics.
I suppose I apologize for my surprise. I was I was not expecting that.
I don't think I expected seeing quite the commotion in town.
Yes, I had yes.
Yeah, to be fair, no one else knew that Ven did it, so Dax wouldn't either.
She's just like,
Well, but I was. They did see me sprinting into the woods afterwards, and I'm now just hiding in the top of a tree. So that's
True.
suspicious. Yes, that I heard there was quite the commotion.
My mother would be extremely proud of whoever caused that. That
If I'm
establishment was garish, and they were exploiting so many. That is not what Armathan's about in her eyes.
if I knew what sort of commotion you were talking about, then I'm sure that whoever caused said commotion would appreciate that.
Is there any particular reason you're hiding in this tree, then?
Awkward workplace environment. Let's just call it that.
Not really a lie.
Well, Bahamut, I think, would be smiling upon you and Armathan. Did you cause the ruckus, then?
Yes, I did.
Just straight
Well,
out with it. Yep.
Semantics.
I'm not good at keeping secrets.
Truth be told, then, if you weren't considering doing something, I was considering toppling down that dreadful statue outside.
It was a massive
that-
statue, so probably not possible.
That would have definitely gained a reaction. Though the price of the stained glass window also. I didn't think. I forgot that the tapestries are blessed with holy oil. That one I forgot about. I thought it would be a small fire. I didn't think they would go up that quickly.
Dax is just like nodding their head. I only regret that I could not have helped you then.
If I ever see that priest again, I'm going to have problems. But what are the odds of that?
Yes, what are the odds of that?
That's very high. Very high. This is like the one town that you have to go through to get from one side of the continent to the other.
Just straight through the wilderness.
Oh, yeah. I'm just gonna have to learn disguise self at some
There
point.
you go.
Whoop. What? Green tiefling? Who? Where?
I'm going to assume that you're going to stay here for the night.
Yes. If you could discreetly let everybody else know that I won't be joining you, but I'm perfectly safe and relatively comfortable, and I'll be joining you as we leave town and continue heading east.
It is currently 1 p.m.
Would you like me to keep you company until then? Should I go back now?
It might be suspicious if we're both absent. I can study my spell book, and I have things to keep me company here.
All right, then. And Dax just kind of puts a hand out towards you for like a solid handshake.
Reach out and take it. Oh, and if anyone else decides to if you all decide to take any jobs from the Wayfarers Guild, I'll trust all of your judgment on whatever you decide to accept.
I feel like you may regret saying that, but
Well, I decided to risk my life on faith once already today, so I figure why not go for two.
Armathan guides you, friend. I will tell the others.
Discreetly, though. I don't want just make sure the priests don't overhear you.
Oh, no, I have. And then Dax is just sitting there, and you kind of hear something in your mind, and you're just like, you hear her go, "No one will hear this, don't worry."
You are full of surprises.
Just again, thank you. And they just kind of silently levitate back down. They kind of like grab themselves out of the tree.
I'd say at this point the spell ends, so you just kind of
Just drift down.
drift down anyway. Yeah.
It's elevator. Ding.
Because thankfully Levitators doesn't drop you.
Just gonna look at my holy symbol. places places I've ended up, and the people I've ended up with. I'm studying my spell book.
Okay. Burst into flame.
Ugh. Really?
But you make your way back into town, Dax?
Yes, making sure I'm not suspicious. Just
Yeah,
chilling.
you don't need to. It's all good. But yeah, since the temple was damaged a little bit, you can see people who are dressed up for wedding stuff being kind of ushered out through the northern gates of Belgrove, probably headed to the capital or elsewhere to be married. And as you walk back in, the town is pretty empty aside from the Crown's Guard. And as you're walking in there, you can see Druck kind of sitting outside the tavern.
Dax is going to go sit next to them. Are you alright?
I'm very well.
And then they look towards you and just kind of say, our Mathnin is guiding us.
I don't care.
And then Dax kind of rubs her temple. And then directly just kind of looking towards him.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of like smiling, just to not if anybody's around you.
Mm-hmm.
Ven is safe in the forest. We do not need to worry. Do not panic,
God.
Druck.
How
Druck,
close
do
is
not
she standing
panic.
to Druck?
She said she sat down right beside you.
He kind of pushes her about arm's length away.
Mm-hmm.
Not forcefully like a punch,
Yeah.
but like hand on and then push.
Okay.
Would it, I just semantically, can I ask, just because Dax is an impressive specimen, like a real Vin Diesel of themselves, so like, would it be a push or would it be a lean back to get the eye?
I mean, they're roughly the same height, so probably.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious because like Dax is like built.
Yeah. Well, like
A swole. Druck is a little bit taller than them, though.
Yeah, so Druck doesn't,
Because, like,
Druck doesn't have an issue.
Oh, okay.
hearing stuff like in your head sounds different from hearing stuff from a location, but Druck's eyes aren't great up close.
Right.
So he's like trying to like figure out what just happened.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, are we standing?
You're
I
sitting.
imagine we're sitting. Well, if the bench is that long, yeah, yeah.
What did you say?
Our Mathnin guides us, Druck.
The other thing.
I didn't say anything, Druck.
Deception check.
Wait, now Dax is gonna be coy.
She doesn't want to. If people are around, she doesn't want to be
There's no
like.
priests around.
"Oh,
They've
yeah."
been escorting the people out of town to go do this
And it just-
elsewhere.
And she's just getting closer, just like, Druck, he's safe.
How close does she get when she gets in closer?
She's gonna scooch back, just like, he is safe.
So within 5 feet,
Yes.
you're in his bubble. He's holding his hand out to like push you back away because he can't see you. You become very threatening when you get that close to him.
And you all would know at this point that I believe it's pretty like common knowledge that Druck's nearsighted, so
Farsighted.
farsighted, right?
They're safe, Druck.
They.
Ven
You're
is
weird.
fine.
Druk would have
thought
no
he
idea.
was in
yeah.
trouble.
Druk would have no idea what you're talking
What do you
about.
mean? What do you mean Ven is fine?
Druck,
Of course he's fine.
Druck. He created a commotion.
Is she still saying that? Like,
Yeah, like 5 feet from you.
He created a commotion, and he's taking some time for things to cool down here.
Why, you're saying this very weird. Why are you saying it like this? It doesn't matter, right? What do you mean?
Dax is just still like looking
Yeah,
around.
there's no priests now. They've all left the city to escort. Like I mentioned, they're escorting people out of the city, so there's no need to be super secretive. Plus, they don't know Ven's name because he never gave them the name.
Then burnt down the temple to Armathnin,
It's still intact. It's still up. It's not burnt down.
charred on the inside, like Bahamut's breath came in and
God.
reclaimed the place.
Druck just looks around real quick to see if anybody else heard that.
Like I said, the town's been cleared out basically, so it's just Crownsguard walking around. They seem like they don't give a shit.
They might not care.
That was Ven.
Yes, Bahamut bless him. And Armathnin. He did what was right, but obviously there are some people who do not take kindly to that sort of
I mean,
thing.
wait, why is that right? People trying to get married, yes?
It wasn't that people were trying to get married, Druck. They were taking advantage of them.
Only Ven saw them being taken advantage of.
Ven had his reasons, and they were good of heart. It's Ven.
It just seemed like, people trying to get married. Is that bad?
They also took the statue of Bahamut and created their own Druck. There's more to it than... There's a lot of nuance that neither me nor you know, but Ven obviously does, considering he is enriched in that faith. My mother is with it, but not as the city would have it.
Seems like it's an endangered group to do that.
Personally, I am proud of Ven.
Why?
Well, he did what he thought was right. That's admirable.
But what if what you think is right is wrong?
Like I said before, Druck, perception is reality. I just hope that Quoin got to do his little ceremony. I missed it in the commotion.
I'm pretty sure he did the ceremony. It was not little.
Oh, you were there?
Just at the start, I told him some information, and he kinda implied that he was more comfortable without me.
Are you sure, Druck? That doesn't seem like Quoin.
That he had done it on his own before.
Well, I have fought many things before. I have walked through the wilderness many times before alone, but being with a group is always more enjoyable.
Not really.
I thought you said that you enjoyed having us around.
Not all groups are the same.
That is fair.
But as much as I appreciate everyone, it's all very strange for me.
Well,
Not used to all of the magic stuff.
well, like you just said, you appreciate it. You do not have to understand. Appreciation is more than enough. I appreciate Kenna being able to turn Quoin into a lighthouse. I appreciate Ven being able to take some of the bloodstains out of my clothes at the end of the night. I don't understand their magic, their studies, their innate abilities, but I do appreciate them.
There's a guild across the thoroughfare. Wayfarers.
I feel like maybe we all need to regroup before we think about taking on another contract. Ven did say he would trust our judgment if we took upon another contract.
Lots of contracts. May not be the same, but lots of contracts aren't exclusive, meaning we could just have a look, see what they're looking for, and then if we run across it in our travels, come back with bounty.
Looking around, does Dax see Quoin and Kenna coming out from the
Yeah, probably.
Dax just looks towards them and just gives them like a little nod.
He's like, well, Druck, should we regroup? Should we all have a light
Not to
snack?
not to speak for Ken or anything. I think our goal was to find everyone else. So I mean, we would probably approach you guys as well. Like if we find you. I mean, Ken, I don't know how you feel.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like we'd probably, if we saw you, we'd probably be like, oh,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, as soon as you step out of the temple, they'd be right sort of nearby.
Like meeting up in Main Street.
Basically.
Yeah.
So, you guys do anything interesting the last hour or so?
I got kicked out of the bar.
Why did they kick you out? Why would they? You're Laugh Riot. You are great to have around. Why would they kick you out?
Ate food.
They kicked you out for eating food. That does not make any sort of
I did
business.
not buy the food.
You
Oh.
stole the food?
I did not steal the food. I ate my own food.
Mm. That makes sense that they would want, to keep a chair or spot open for those who are paying for the food, because they do need to make money for to keep their doors open. Have
I
you?
was trying to buy ale. They did not have ale.
Yeah, this town's pretty hoity-toity, especially this time of year.
Have you kind of a half look around? Has anyone seen Ven at all?
Dax is gonna kneel down, kind of towards Quoin. Just kind of like bring him in for a hug.
Oh, a hug. This is-
Like a hug, just like,
Unexpected, certainly welcome. All right, this is nice.
It just whispers in his ear.
Ven has breathed fire into the church next door like Bahamut, so you should be proud of him, but he is currently hiding in the forest, but he is fine.
Well, the head guard is trying to do his best to look the other way from a greened tiefling. But if you could point me in his direction, I know a way to perhaps make it so that he can join us. And then I open my coat, or open whatever, like kind of meow, meow, and
Open your
point.
armor.
Yeah.
Like Bender.
No, oh my god, no! I have a fanny pack. Let's just make that real world. Just
Yeah,
unzip.
there we go.
There you go. You have a fanny pack. Didn't Ogden have a fanny pack too?
History repeats.
Every character I have, I would love all of them to
Totally.
have fanny packs all the time.
They're super
Maybe-
useful.
So what does your fanny pack
Component
look
pouch,
like?
essentially.
So
Fantasy
I'm gonna.
pouch, yeah.
I would open it up, and you would see that there's like. Maybe you would notice like there seems to be some kind of building. There's like a wax in there. There's like brushes. There's like different colored like pigment powders. Essentially, I'm trying to describe a disguise kit, and kind of be like, so maybe you could tell me where I could find Ven.
He's a little high off the ground. He's in the graces of Marcin, high up, appreciating the light, but I can point you in the right direction.
Well, as you well know, heights have never been something that I have been afraid of.
Would you need assistance getting up there, or?
I will climb. I will, I will earn my way up.
Well, I will just, I'll go into the guild and collect information on what is out there.
I'll head over with Udruk.
You'd like me to come with you, Quoin?
Yeah, you can if you'd like. Then maybe you could tell me exactly where he is, and I would not stumble about the woods for too long. That
I
maybe...
don't want you getting lost.
Oh, with the watchful eyes of Bahamut, I would be fine. But thank you. I will accept your guidance. Absolutely. Thank you. That is a kindness.
Dax will start to lead the way with him to Ven.
Okay. Druck and Kenna, I guess. Where are you headed?
Into the guild hall. See if we can pick up any possible jobs or any leads on things we can do in the meantime.
Okay. Is that what Druck wanted to do? Sorry, I have a
Yeah,
little bit of a headache.
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. That's exactly what he said he was going to do. Let's go in and check the guild hall, the Wayfarers Guild, for leads on information.
All right.
Yeah.
Behind the counter,
Jobs.
it kind of looks like it's part tavern, part... How do I explain this? Mercenary hall.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like pictures of monsters and mounted heads on the walls. All sorts of paintings of like monsters and all this weird stuff. Behind the counter is a kobold in a red skin kobold in a brown duster and a brown kind of Stetson cowboy hat and bandolier with like a black powder pistol on his side. He's like, "What can I do you for?"
We'd like to see if you have any jobs available.
What tier adventurer would you call yourselves? Beginner, intermediate, advanced, or master tier? What kind of contract are you looking for?
Which one pays the best?
Well, master, but I imagine y'all don't look like you're seasoned.
I mean, we did.
Basically, those are if I could rank it, those are like 16th level to 20th level adventurers for those contracts.
Which are there people that take those?
Yeah, occasionally, not all the time.
Is there like a time limit on completion?
If you go, so when you get a contract, you just got to take it to one of the other branches, one of the other Wayfarer Guild branches. There's one in the capital. There's one in Bastille. There's one here, and then there's one in Swamp Peak Village. Once you complete a contract, you just got to take it there. Generally, if we don't hear back from someone within 2 weeks, the contract gets handed out to a different group. Yeah.
Before we go any further, what was your name again?
Bill.
Alrighty, Bill.
Bill the Kobold.
I like you, Bill.
Thanks. Forgot to prep the owner of this here Wayfarers Guild chapter. Thought it did. Bill the Kobold.
Bill, Red Kobold, chapter head.
But we do have some, generally we don't like to give out the higher tier contracts to people who haven't worked with us before. So if you're interested, we do got 4 beginner contracts we can hand out.
Why don't we check out those beginner contracts?
Alright. We got one called the Missing Doll Maker.
Missing
And only one group can take one contract per, if you can't take all 4, you can only take one. I guess the Baron of Redbrook, Anise Horngrove, I guess a popular doll maker over in Redbrook has gone missing a month ago, and the workshop appears untouched. Basically, Pearson wants people to go to his workshop and look for any clues to his whereabouts. The payout for that one is 90 gold pieces, as it is a beginner contract. We take a cut, but that's already been factored into everything, so the payout for you and your group would be 90 gold pieces.
What about this other one here?
There's 4 total. We got the Corrupted Water Source. Ooh. The Solitary Well in the Settlement Alarm over in the Fell Swamps. The water supply over there has been contaminated, and the people who have drank from said water supply have become deathly ill. The people's insides have been melted upon consumption and dying, apparently. And that's contract is given from the people, all the people of Larm. I guess it's, pretty, their water supply is contaminated. And that is also a payout of 90 gold pieces.
Alright. Is there anything that has... I guess these are already both divisible by 5.
All beginner contracts usually pay out 90 gold pieces.
Alright. Hey, Druck, are any of these speaking to
There's
you?
2 more, by the way.
You want to hear all of them? Alright.
I prepped them.
To me, Bill.
The next one is called... we all title these contracts to kind of draw people in. This one's called Screams in the Old Church. An old church in Toarmathnen has long since been abandoned on the outskirts of Varanmoor. And the people wish to see it restored. However, no one dares go in as people hear screams coming from the church at all hours of the night. And that contract comes from the people of Varanmoor. 90 gold pieces.
Alright.
What's the name of that town?
Varanmoor. Veranmoor. And if I'm remembering my world correctly, that is up in the
northeast.
Verdant Shores. Yes.
Yes, it definitely is.
Yes. And Larm is in the Fell Swamps near the Barrier Cliffs. The final contract is called the Liver Thief.
Ooh.
The town guards of Bastille are living in constant fear, basically, as every night a guard has been found dead with their liver missing. Some of the guards have fled the settlement out of fear they may be next. And that's over in Bastille, which isn't too far from here, to the southwest-ish. And that contract giver is Dornan West, Bastille's captain of the guard.
Alright.
Those are the contracts we got.
That one's also 90.
Yep.
Darnin West.
Yes, you had the Liver Thief, Screams in the Old Church, Corrupted Water Source, and the Missing Doll Maker.
I wasn't able to get all that, but hopefully.
I've got them.
So basically, you can go to Redbrook for one of these. You can go to Larm in the Fell Swamps, Ferranmore in the Verdant Shores, or Bastille. And whichever one sounds the most interesting. Yeah, so those are them.
Alright. Well, it looks like Bastille's pretty close. We'll probably have to go through the mountains to get to Ferranmore.
And Alarm.
Yeah, Redbrook's kind of out of our way.
Yeah, Redbrook is all the way west.
I mean,
Perhaps after we deliver platinum to Quoin's blacksmith in Giant's Crater, we go south to Bastille.
we could also continue going west to Redbrook. I mean, we have options.
Yes. Bastille or Redbrook
Yeah.
on way back.
Is it about 2 days travel for both towns from Giant's Cradle?
Let me pull up my tools to calculate.
It looks a little further to Redbrook.
A lot further.
Let me pull up all my tools.
I suppose a little
calculate.
further.
Maybe like
Let me pull up my big map that I have with secret locations on it.
secret tunnels.
Man,
Let's
D&D
see.
Beyond just crapped out on me.
All right, so 20, 30, 40, 50. It's about 60 miles from Giant's Cradle to Bastille. So that, counting rest, that's a 2-day trip. And then Giant's Cradle to Redbrook 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 is 90 miles and would be a 3-day trip.
Yeah, let's take the Bastille one. The liver thief.
All right.
Yeah.
I just need the names of everyone who's doing this contract.
Like individually, or
Yes.
do you? Okay. Well, we got me, and then there's you.
I don't know who me and you are.
Them, and then there's him and him.
I need actual names.
Druck.
Thank you. Writes it down. He pulls out the contract, lays it out on the counter, writes Druck.
Kenna.
Yeah. You got a last name?
Yeah, Peshan.
Writes it down.
We got Dax.
They got a last name?
Has Dax told us if they have a last name? Okay. Did I write down Dax's last name? I did not. But Kenna would remember.
Okay. Writes it down.
And then we've got Quoin.
They got a last name?
Yeah, he does.
Harding.
Harding.
Writes that down.
So me, Kate, am bad with names.
Same.
And then we got Ben.
They got a last name?
Yeah, Khihalis. Because it sounds
Yep. Writes it all down. All right. Now, I'm just going to go over some words here, and just so, basically. You will not hold the Wayfarers Guild responsible for any untimely demise or injury for taking on said contract.
Is that the only,
Yes, this is similar to what I said to the people that I guided. through the
Perfect.
country. Yes.
Cool. All right. Scrolls up the contract and hands you it. Just when you're done, take that to any of our chapters. You know, there's one in Bastille, which is great. There's one in Bastille, so if you're taking the Bastille job, you can do it right there. Ha. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
alright.
Thank you.
Pleasure doing business with you, Bill.
You're welcome.
We should probably, find the others.
All right. Did you ever need more work? Visit any of our chapters.
Question. What kind of booze do you sell here? My friend's in, dire straits in that department.
Oh, here at we do ale, sorts of mead, Stout, rum, whiskey.
Anything appeal to you, Druk?
Time has passed for that.
Alright.
Alright.
Was just going to have a drink by myself for a bit, but not much of an option now.
Can I get a bottle of ale to go?
Sure. 5 silver.
Alright.
Or 3 copper.
3 copper? I like those numbers better. Here you are, Bill.
Thanks. And hands you just a tiny little, like a glass bottle.
Just like a single serving bottle?
Yeah, basically.
Cool. I'm just gonna keep that.
Alright. Best of luck.
Alright. Hasta luego.
Sure. Add this to my notes. I've taken the liver thief contract. Yay. That's my favorite one. All I'll say is I made that one after reading through the Ravenloft setting book. Anyways. He nods. Best of luck. Don't die.
We haven't yet.
Should you need any more contracts when you're done that one? Yep, visit any of our chapters.
Alright.
Right. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you, Druck. You're cool looking.
I'm like any other bugbear.
But he says that with a smile.
I haven't seen a bugbear before.
Look like me.
Okay.
And he saunters out.
All right. And before we end the session, Dax and Quoin, you find Ven up in a tree. I'll say at this point, it's like 2 p.m. So yeah, you find Ven up in a tree.
Then I have brought Quoin. See there, Quoin? He's right there. His cloak is kind of obscuring his complexion, but right between that branch and that one.
I see very well. So, if you would not mind, since you are here, if you could maybe give me a boost, I would accept your assistance.
May I pick you up?
Oh yes, no, please. I would love a boost. You could even toss me.
Dax is gonna pick Quoin up and put him on her shoulders if he lets them.
Mm-hmm.
And you just see them look up, and they just start to levitate up towards Ben.
All right, make sure.
Oh.
So that's your third of the day.
Second.
Third, because you tried to do it on the Onkeg and it went off.
Didn't
That
we
was
have a
yesterday.
long rest?
That was
Right.
yesterday.
So yeah, second of the day.
Second.
All right. So you level up. You levitate up to the tree. And Quoin, you can share a branch with Ven.
I wanted to pass on a note from the captain of the guard in Belgrove. He said that if I were to see any sort of mischievous-looking green tiefling, that I should not worry about sending him to the guard, and that made me think, oh, what if there was perhaps a law-abiding citizen who was not a green tiefling, and maybe instead of their name being Ven, it could be Ben, or something, you know. And as I start saying this, I open the fanny pack and like kind of show like all of the theater makeup kit that I have in my
Oh.
like you strike me as sort of a spring. That seems to be maybe a summer. It depends. He just starts pulling out this guy's.
All right. So, fun fact about the disguise kit. I had to look it up on Xanathar's guide. Creating a disguise. As part of a long rest, you can create a disguise. It takes you 1 minute to don such a disguise once you have created it. You can carry only one such disguise on you at a time without drawing undue attention unless you have a bag of holding or similar method to keep them hidden. Each disguise weighs 1 pound. At other times, though, it takes 10 minutes to craft a disguise that involves moderate changes to your appearance and 30 minutes for one that requires more extensive changes. So long rest to do a very in-depth disguise.
I assume that's like clothes and everything, right?
Yeah, this would be 10 minutes if you want to just do moderate changes and 30 minutes if you want to do more extensive changes.
Ooh.
Like a skin tone change wouldn't be too bad.
What about my eyes?
I'd say that would be...
Context.
There's probably context in the disguise kit, yeah.
You've got
fair.
thaumaturgy. You
Yeah.
just turn your eyes a different color.
I don't actually.
Oh, really? Oh.
Mhm.
Disguise kit contains cosmetics, hair dyes, small props, and a few pieces of clothing.
If you need to, you could always borrow my helmet.
Oh, that's true.
And then
But that
he-
would look a little out of place
Just
with
a
the rest
helmet.
of Yeah.
or maybe we could figure out if there's any sort of could do like a leather band that has like eclipse like small slits in it so you can still see but it obscures some vision.
Sunglasses.
Just a pair of sunglasses.
Excuse me, let me pull out my Ray-Bans that I keep.
I just imagine we're putting. I'm imagining Quoin just putting like a build hat on him, sunglasses, and like.
The
just
Avengers.
totally-
Oh yeah, the
Pull
generic
it out.
hat. Is a generic hood.
Just getting him to look like a Unabomber.
So then I was thinking maybe we could put a mustache on you that would obscure a good amount of your face.
Big bushy mustache.
How do you feel about mutton chops?
I've never tried them before, but I think they might look quite dashing on me.
I agree. I think that you have the right bone structure for mutton chops. And then I continue. I mean, I think probably a half an hour build on this one.
It makes no sense, yeah.
Yeah, like a half an hour build on this one. Do you have any preferences of what we should do? I don't mean to be indelicate, but something that is very indicative of tieflings is to have, the horns, and you and I had discussed that yours are quite unique. So perhaps maybe, did you have any suggestions for what we should do? Any thoughts? Any thoughts?
Do you have bits of leather and maybe some glass? We could make them appear to be goggles that I'm wearing on my forehead.
God.
As a matter of fact, I do.
Yeah, it says you have cosmetics, hair dye, small props, and a few pieces of clothing, so...
Just sitting up here doing arts and crafts in the tree. Just
Dax would have
make
levitated
goggles.
back down after 10 minutes,
Okay.
just sitting at the base of the tree writing in a
Alright.
book.
It's a coin.
Let me destroy these opera glasses that I had from a very fancy costume that I had, and we'll make those glass.
Perfect. So yeah, what's this disguise looking like?
Oh, actually, I think Ven does wear glasses too.
He does.
So we could just take
Break
like
'em?
a. No, I was gonna say just take like a little bit of like grab a little branch, light it on fire, get some smoke, and then just like smoke the lenses real quick. Just get soot on them so they make sunglasses.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And I can just press the digitation them clean.
Yeah, so we've got
Actually-
sunglasses and goggles. Please don't
Yes.
change. That's amazing.
Yep.
Sunglasses, goggles, a turn of the century baseball player mustache that goes all the way, like connects and then goes up to obscure most of the face, and then we have glasses and goggles. So, I mean, I think we'd try and maybe
is so bad.
maybe like add some rouge or something to make your skin look just very like, to try and mix your natural green tone with red to make it sort of appear like like brown, like some like a really like I want to like make it.
You could probably just like cake
That would
on some
turn
like
it
fake
gray.
makeup. Yeah.
I want it to like
If you mix red and
yeah.
green, that's gray.
Well, if you mix red and green, it's brown, right?
Well, no, that's orange.
I mean, I think if you have like stage makeup, that would cake over,
Yeah,
like it wouldn't
do
blend.
pancake. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do a lot of pancake,
Oh,
Mhm.
God.
like on your cheeks there, and you should your forehead should come over. And then
When I wear gloves.
You wear gloves, all right? Okay, great.
Oh, my hair's already white, so it'll dye great.
Perfect. We're gonna probably have it combed down as much as we can, or
Just
combed
in my face over the goggles.
amazing. This. Oh, this is.
I watch
fucking
anime.
fan- We'll maybe dye it.
Yeah, there's hair dye in this disguise kit.
I mean, it would pick your color.
Yeah, this is definitely getting into the half hour.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
absolutely. We're taking our time here.
Yeah, this is just has a tiny bottle he pulls out of the fanny pack. Oh, so what were you thinking about the color? Maybe I was thinking maybe something, something bold, like maybe like a dark blue, or maybe even a purple. If you were
So,
thinking,
I
Before
think
we,
I'm supposed to be trying to avoid attention.
before we proceed to see how well this disguise, well it's cobbled together, are you proficient in a disguise kit, Quoin?
I have one, and because I'm an Christian, so
Yeah, but are you proficient in it?
Christians do with kit. I don't know how to tell that.
It'll be in your proficiencies.
it's on the left side.
Yeah, I'll check. I got
Under
it.
it'd be under proficiencies
You
and
are,
tools.
yeah, you're proficient in disguise kit and thieves tools. All right.
Yeah.
So roll me a deception check with your proficiency bonus, because you're trying to make a disguise, so you're trying to deceive.
Would this will be charisma?
Yes.
Okay.
You just hear yell Dax from below.
Or
Purple.
I'll say you could do sleight of hand because you're trying to do like little touches with like.
Oh, okay. If I'm trying to zhuzh it up.
Yeah, so you can do sleight of hand with your proficiency bonus or deception with your proficiency bonus.
I gotta go with where my strength lies.
Okay.
I gotta sleight of hand.
Okay.
So, with sleight of hand is going to get me a 23.
Fuck.
Deception would get me a 17.
All right. So to cover injuries or distinguishing marks, the DC
Real
is
quick,
usually
while-
at 10. So the DC was 10. So you.
I was gonna say, can I really quick, can I also just add a bless on there too while he's working on this?
Don't need it, but sure.
All right.
Just in case there's a perception check that we're trying to beat, just we can remember this number.
Okay.
Generally, to spot a disguise being used by someone else, the DC is 15.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's not based on the quality?
No.
Okay.
Okay, then
Which
yeah,
really
I mean,
sucks.
Yeah.
okay.
I might
I
fuck with that though.
added the +4 from bless.
All right, yeah, this is an immaculate.
A
looking-
D4, not +4.
Yeah, well, I rolled a 4.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Regardless, like with the 20 or whatever plus
27, I think that brings
plus
us
a D4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's 27.
this looks.
23
It's
plus-
in 30 minutes you can make a really good looking disguise, and as you do the finishing touches of this disguise, that's where we're gonna end the session for the week.
just hanging out up in a tree.
Yep. And there we are, everyone.
Dax is just chilling at the bottom.
I'm ready for you to have your. This is like a sort of just a moment for you to walk down the stairs, sort of a cotillion style, sort of welcome to the world.
But thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back here next week to continue this whatever the fuck is happening. Tomorrow night, we're continuing Candlekeep Mysteries, so come watch that during our Remember the Frostmaiden hiatus. Nothing Sunday because of Canadian holiday. And next Sunday, we're doing like a little epilogue fireside chat for Soldiers of the Lich Queen at 5:15 p.m. Eastern Time, and then 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time we're premiering our Ravenloft campaign. So